Morning, Dustin. What's up, my brother? What are you smoking? What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Facebook user. What's up, brother? I can't see the group page right now. I can try to check it out, but you guys can hear me all right? It's shitty weather out here, so I don't know if my Wi-Fi is gonna stick, but today has, for a lot of Americans, today made a difference, right, in our lives. Sure did for me. And normally I don't talk about it because I get emotional. So I'm going to try not to get emotional. The past couple of weeks, I was given a call by a veteran, a friend of mine, who was going through a hard time. One of our brothers decided to take his life. So like a lot of us do, we isolate, which is doesn't help us, right? What's up, Kev? Jeanette, feel free to come on. We a lot of us isolate. We tend to, and I'm guilty of it. I lock myself up in a room here at the house, close the door, light a cigar, and I can go day, 2 days, other than saying I love you to Jess and giving her a hug and kiss, in the morning. I isolate, and it's not good. But I got a call from a buddy of mine, buddy of his, one of our veteran brothers, U.S. Army, decided to take his life, and it hurts when someone does that because we feel like maybe we could have made a difference if we would have called them, or if we would have kept in touch with them, or if we would have known, right? If they would have just reached out. And we go through guilt, right? We feel guilty. I invited my brother over. He stayed with us for a couple of days, and we were able to talk about it, and we were able to kind of get past it together, right? And then 9/11 today. For me, being a young soldier during that time, not really knowing war, just training, and it was really more of a game, that day made it reality to me. You know, it opened my eyes. I had uh, soldiers that I was serving with who all they wanted to do was, all of us. When 9/11 happened, after the fact, we're talking weeks after the fact, all we wanted to do was go to combat, send us to the dirt, send us to the sandbox. Not really knowing what that meant, right? Not knowing the things we were going to do or see. And 9/11 prepared us for that, I think. This is what I remember.
Let's just get back. Get back. The whip is gone.
I just think there's going to be another explosion. Right?
Anthony, you okay?
Please. Oh my god. Oh my god.
A situation that started bad just gets worse and worse and worse. The World Trade Center.
Anthony, watch me. Go to the third plane. The whole top came out. And then the smoke, all of a sudden I see the smoke fall. I was standing next to the lieutenant, and I couldn't, all of a sudden I couldn't see him. We were under the truck. The top came off. And the fire door on 76 was locked. Jason, this is you. Look at this shit, man. Can you believe this shit? No. You got a cell phone. Oh, God.
Anybody need some water? I expected 8 by 10 glossies. I know.
We gotta get you to the medical station so you can get your eyes cleaned out and you can go back.
Medical station.
100 feet ahead.
Everybody goes straight. This ambulance is about 100 feet ahead.
Well, we're standing in front of the South Tower and heard this loud noise that sounded like 100 freight trains riding down the rails.
Morning, Elizabeth. Ryan, what's up? Michael Caldwell, PJ Gregoretti. So my buddy PJ was working in the building as well. Everyone has different experiences, right? Including war, going to combat. Like I said, for me, what 9/11 is it's sad. We had a loss of life, a lot. America got attacked. And a little bit selfish of me for thinking about how I'm feeling today. But this is the best way for me to vent the anger, the frustration, the sadness. It sometimes it's overwhelming. And now I have a platform where people listen. All 20 of you. The days that followed 9/11 for me. And the reason I made that post, someone had messaged me, a lot of messages. So thank you to everyone that commented on the 9/11 post that I reposted from last year and sent me messages. I feel truly blessed to have so many of you in my life. But I wasn't going to write that last year, and it's actually short. I cut a lot out of it. I was speaking to an editor, and her and her husband wanted me to write. They wanted to interview me, and they wanted me to write and speak about what happened that day, my experiences that day, my experiences the days that followed 9/11. I was in the World Trade Center when the first one hit, and the first plane hit. I honestly passed it up to fucking other car bombing or, a gas main or something stupid, and I sat in my office. I got up, I was eating breakfast, and everyone was looking out the windows like, we're all followers to that. We're all sheep, right? What one does, the other does. And I walk out there and, to the window, and I'm looking up and I'm seeing nothing at all. And then as a few minutes pass of us people standing there, you start seeing debris falling, soot, papers burning. And we realized that something bad happened, right? We didn't have TVs in the office. I was working with a law enforcement agency through the military as a military liaison. I was an intelligence analyst, and one of my many jobs. And a lot of us were told to go back to work. A lot of people were calling families to see if they knew what was going on, because we didn't, like I said, we had no TVs in there. But through the halls, you did see people running down the stairs, evacuating the building. So we announced it. I announced it multiple times, but other people announced it and went outside. When we finally made it outside and looked up, and you see this, I'm not going to say a hole. A lot of people say you see this gaping hole in the building. All you saw was smoke. You know, all you saw was smoke. And you stood there for what seemed like minutes. It seemed so much longer. You see the second plane hit the tower, which was just insane. The idea wasn't, or my thought process wasn't like, holy shit, we're being attacked. My thought process was someone screwed up somewhere, you know, aviation, someone fucked up, man. 2 planes just crashed, right? We hear about planes crashing throughout the world. 2 of them hit the tallest fucking buildings in New York. But then you start hearing about the other planes throughout the country being hijacked. You know, it's just insane, just crazy. And then the reality where you know you can't help someone, you can't. People are jumping out of the building because they don't feel like they have another exit. You know, and you see that in your 20s. Now, being a soldier, you think, oh, you know, I'm prepared for this. You're not. No one is. No one's prepared to see human loss. We learn to deal with it differently. And that's learned. It's not trained. You learn how to shut off your feelings, which, again, then you isolate because you need to look like a man. Even for the women, you gotta look tough. So you shut down. You know? Just shut down. And that becomes life. It becomes your reality. For 20 years, reality. So I told the editor that I'm not, she knew part of my story and she referred to me as a hero. And I said, listen, I say it here all the time, even to my own son. I'm no hero. I'm just a guy that joined the military to make a difference. I didn't join the military because I wanted to go to college, because I'll be honest with you, I hate school. It's not for me. I love to read, but I don't love to learn. Like, I don't like people. I don't like school. Just don't like fucking school. I was gonna say I don't like people teaching me stuff. I do love people teaching me things. I just don't like school. It was never for me. I'm not that guy. I don't like testing and all that nonsense. I just like to take things in as I take them in, you know? So her and I spoke, and I told her, listen, I'm no hero. I'm just a guy. You know, I was at the right place at the right time where I felt like I could make a difference. You saw those people running for cover before the tower came down. And while that was happening, I was just standing there, staring, looking around me, watching people run. I ran in the building a few times, all the way. I think I ran up to like the 14th floor, on the 15th floor on the stairwell to help people down, because people were getting trampled over. Those people that just couldn't make it, you know, make it down the building, down the stairs, you know. I remember the fire department wasn't there yet. NYPD was there, but not in the building. But the ones that did show up during that time frame were running in with us. All of us were running in together and helping. You know, the biggest hurdle and scary, I thought was super scary, was those kids. You know, we had a daycare center in the World Trade Center, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a parent thinking to myself, like, my child's in that building, you know? Just couldn't. So it wasn't just me. I just wrote my part of the story, a very short part, to be honest with you. It was just, there was so much to say, and I didn't, and I wrote it all out years ago, maybe 2 years ago. Um, but getting those kids to safety was important, you know? And we were, I think, able to do that. I hope. There was a woman. I made my way back before the first tower came down. That was trying to, heavy set, black female. And as the tower came down, her and I had just turned the corner and we ducked behind a car. And I wrote this in there, and she had wrapped her arms around me like this was it. You know, she was saying goodbye. She wasn't saying holding on to me for safety. It was just saying goodbye, hugging the last person she was going to hug. You know, that's how it felt. Like the first time you see your mom, your kids, when you come home from war, it was that hug, that it was a relief and scared. And I've never been hugged like that before. I'll never forget how she held me. But we had just turned the corner on Broadway. We ducked behind a car, and I was just like, all right, see what happens. I closed my eyes, and after I heard all the rumble stop and people screaming, I stood up. Couldn't see anything at all. I couldn't see her, but she was still holding on to me. I helped her up. We walked down the street, and I told her to keep going. About halfway up the road, halfway past the building. And then I went back. I saw firemen sitting on the sidewalk just bawling. Bawling. I remember hearing a fireman on the radio calling to someone that more than likely didn't survive. Like he was in shock. We all were. And then ran back in, all of us. Second building was still up. We knew that it was going to happen again. So we ran in. And it was just being repeated. Running in, helping anyone that was on the floor, helping them up, moving some rock out of the way, parts of the building that were on people. It was crazy. But I had no feeling about it other than being scared and adrenaline. It wasn't like I feel today. It was, I just felt, I don't know, like I was working. It was just work. I knew what I had to do. I knew what other people were doing. And I followed. My memories of that day are a blur. Instances, moments. It was a sad day. It's still a sad day. My father was my first sergeant, believe it or not. And I was able to call my mom first and let her know that I was down the street, safe. Second building had already come down. After I had helped as much as I could, and I took a step back. Yes, I need to call my mom. She said, no, I'm okay. So I called, let her know I was okay, that I made it out safe. I don't know if anyone else that I was, except my first sergeant, my other first sergeant, but I was okay. And to let my brothers know that I'm good, but I was going back. She was telling me to go home. She's like, come home, get out of there. I couldn't. And after I called my mom, I called my command and let them know, hey, you know, this is what happened. This is what I saw. This is what I've been doing. What's next? And they told me to fall back to Fort Hamilton. That's going to be our rally point. So I said, all right, I'm in Manhattan. That's Brooklyn. It's not too far. I have to try to make it there, you know, get to my car, wherever I parked it. But I did, made it back to Fort Hamilton. And when I walked in there, I never looked at myself, but there was an Air Force guy that we were working with or assigned to us, part of the counter drug task force. And he grabbed me. He wrapped his arms around me. And he's like, man, I'm so happy you're good. And I was just covered in gray. Covered. And this is hours, right? We were there for hours after the fact. But I sat down in a chair, and it's the first time even driving there, my mind wasn't right. It was just going over and over and over everything that happened. Did I do it? Did I do things right? Did I make a difference? Could I have done something more? Could I have helped someone else? You know, if I would have been in that building, would I have been able to help someone else? Or would I have died? But it was the first time I got to just kind of release and relax and watch it on TV for a minute, you know, and really see the devastation from a different perspective, a different angle. And it made me angry. Just angry. I got to go. My mother was in the Army, 32 years, retired, went to work for U.S. Customs afterwards. We were bred to be soldiers, my brothers and I. The strength of my mom, we all have. And thankful for that. I got brought a clean uniform. My mother knew what was going to happen, so I shit you not. She packed a rucksack for me at home, grabbed all my gear, threw it in my bags, and by the grace of God, brought it down. Because she knew damn well I wasn't going home. I never came home. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to cope with, is that I lost myself. Mo, you remember.
And the only thing I remember of that day is screaming and crying, and that's it.
Watching with us right now, he calls himself Mo Man. Mo and I served together. He was you're a good man. I remember you hugging me too, bro. Thanks. Love you too, bro. We served together, Mo and I. Part of the counter drug. One of my army brothers. That day in Fort Hamilton was a blessing, man. Happy I made it back. You know, you don't think about it until later, but happy. But my stepdad told me to man up. He was like, "Don't talk about it." He's like, you know. I told him what I saw. I was a young soldier. I was only I think I was a specialist E4. And my stepfather, my first sergeant, pulled me aside and he's like, you need to soldier up. You know, I was telling him what I saw and I was kind of breaking down. He's like, nope, none of that. He goes, we have a mission. We're going to be part of the recovery effort. Because we work with law enforcement, our recovery efforts weren't bodies. It was sensitive material, firearms that we had confiscated through ATF, because we work with ATF, U.S. Customs, DEA, amongst other federal, state law enforcement agencies, and sensitive materials that were in Building 5. The building was still kind of up. So when we got the all clear, we were able to, there was no going in. There were no damn floors left, but digging, and there was things out there that we couldn't let people get their hands on, you know? So that was our job. But in between that, we were helping police department, fire departments, FBI, marshals, everyone was there. And we were digging with our hands, digging. We had buckets at the bucket patrol, and we were digging, trying to find bodies, trying to find help, anyone. And we found some. We found some that were still alive, just some. It was hard to see and hard to forget the other things we saw. You know, when you find, I've never seen a dead body before outside of television, you know. And when you see your first dead body, you don't know what your reaction is going to be. I dropped to my knees and burst into tears. Because what if that was the one person I could have helped? You know? What if when I turned to run, what if that was the guy that was next to me or behind me, or I don't know. Hey, you never forget the smell, Mo. I was watching the video right before I came out here, and I swear to you, I smelt the burning. I smelt the soot. I smelt the air. It was here today. I smelt it. It's crazy how I remembered.
No, it's not. Because it's the smells and everything like that that trigger. The smells, the tastes, the sounds, they're all triggers.
I met someone really special to me when I worked with the counter drug when I was during this whole 9/11. Emmy, Soul Train, good friend of mine, someone I adore with all my heart. And you never, like I said, we don't talk, we isolate, we hold things in. I was able to, she was a soldier specialist with us as well, counter drug. And I was able to talk to her and release, I felt comfortable. Things I couldn't say to the guys, or I felt I couldn't say to the guys. So I let it all out. And she became one of my best friends. And she's going through something now. And I can't call her. Sucks. Yeah, I bet, Mo. So Mo wrote, I went back last year for Veterans Day with Watt and some brothers. We couldn't finish the tour. I haven't been back, man. I have seen it from a distance. I have been in New York and traveled to Manhattan, but I can't get to that street. I can't get to Vesey. Can't see the memorial. I just haven't been able to get myself there. Been there, just can't take the final steps, man. I think when we see for the tour, especially, man, I think, and speaking for me, it's something Joe and I spoke about this past weekend. People don't understand the things we've seen, man. How we process stuff, but they don't understand. They don't see it. Civilians don't see it. They don't get it. We say thank you. Yeah, I say thank you to veterans all the time without acknowledging that I'm a veteran. I never let them tell them. I see someone wearing a veteran hat, combat hat. I say thank you for your service. We all do that. All of us do. Or a lot of us do. You've done it here for me today. And you've done it the last couple of days since I made that post. But I have demons, and it's hard to shake them sometimes. So I'm trying something different. I'm trying this. It did help that we were together. It helped a lot. When we're together, because soldiers have a common ground. We understand each other. You can talk crazy to me. I understand crazy.
Yep.
And I don't judge. Because we've all lost a piece of ourselves. We've all left a piece of ourselves wherever we've been, whether it be Iraq, Afghanistan, New York, the World Trade Center, the office. We were always soldiers. We were always working. We always did what we needed to do. We always did what we were ordered to do. We did what we were trained to do. But we left a piece of ourselves there. And sometimes we remember that. And when we do, it hurts. It hurts. That's why we don't tend to open up with other people. It's why it's so hard to keep a relationship, because we isolate and we keep it all in. It's hard. And when we talk about it, at least when I do, I ramble and I go from this conversation to this part of it, or I start remembering something else and I start talking about that, and then I start talking about this, and all these memories just start flowing in. Just a floodgate opens up and everything comes back. And when it all comes back, it's like, what the fuck? You know? And then it stays with us. It stays with us. And you can't shut it off. Moment of silence, 10:07. Flight 93 crashes into the field, PA. Shh. $10:08. Bill, keep me on schedule, bro. Mo, my brother, couldn't stay on with us. He got emotional. He can't. I respect you, man. Thank you, Mo. Doesn't matter what's happening in the country, man. We're all Americans. Roger that.
Oh, God.
I was you know what's crazy? Above me right now, there's airplanes flying. I can hear it, and it's just like eerie, and my F7 key is an airplane. What the fuck?
Right.
If you want to come on here and talk, if you want to come on here and tell me where you were on 9/11, I would absolutely love to hear from you.
Bill Ragone wants to come on.
I already sent it. Come on here. 2 minutes. You don't have to share video if you don't want to. It could just be audio. If you remember where you were and you want to chat for a minute, come on here. You're not alone today. You're not alone tomorrow.
Nope.
You're not alone ever. As long as I'm alive and here, none of you are alone. Doesn't matter if it's 9/11, life, work, talk to me. You can. And I'm no therapist, people. And nor do I'm a fake the funk. But if you just want to vent, holler at me.
Yeah.
My brother Bill, how are you, man?
I'm good. Can you see me?
No, I cannot.
Okay,
But I can hear you.
Just for a minute. Got a whole new system, a whole new office.
Hey, brother Bill, what's up?
I'm good. You know, it's every year, right? We don't forget.
Yes, sir. Every year, every day.
Yep.
Yeah. Why? This is not, where's the access to camera on this? Oh, okay, here it is. Got it.
Figures Bill would come on
There we
and
go.
be the comic relief.
Right.
Is that? Can you see me now? Can you
I
hear me?
can see you now. How you doing?
So I'm good. You know, it's tough. It's every year. But thank God, you know, we're a good community. You know, you and I are from the same county, same area.
Yes, sir.
With the same
Smell
amount
it.
of people lost. You know, friends, family, firefighters, financial. I mean, everybody. It's just, you know, but we do it. We do the honor. You know, do the honors right. You know, so. My town does, my dad's firehouse. He was a volunteer firefighter at Friendship Fire Department in North America. So every year we do dinner there, and then we do a memorial at the 9/11 Memorial in Sunrise Highway, America Avenue. And then we do cigar night at the Empire Firehouse down in Central America. So, you know, and then it's just all first responders, welcome all family members, all town. I mean, the whole community is open and welcome to enjoy and attend. And then just unfortunately, I lost a buddy the other day with funerals at 2. 48-year-old guy just gone. So it's couldn't happen a worse weekend, worst week. But thank you both for your services and your time spent and things you guys done, and especially I had no idea you were there in the tower, or in the complex, I should say.
Right. Thanks, brother. It's not something I regularly talk about, so.
Yeah. No. I mean, from a civilian side, we, like you said before, you know, there is a separation, because we will never, you know. I mean, I was a first responder and whatever, but in what I did in the hospital, but you know, this. You know, but we love you guys, you know, unconditionally, and you know, we feel for you, and you know, and somebody as patriotic as me, brought in the life around your friends and family, you know, and then stories. That in Long Island, you lived in New York, you lived anywhere in the tri-state, everybody everywhere. It was New York. That's Virginia, but it was tough. But you know, I just think my wife had an interview in her first law when she got out of law school. Her first interview was in the tower that day, and she got called back for some reason. It's just, we all have those weird should have been there stories, you know. As much as we remember those who didn't make it, and then our friends who didn't. You know, buddy Brian Sweeney, lifelong friend, like family, you know. He was one of those. He was Rescue One, that elite firefighter squad that literally ran up there. He's that guy looking up to the building in a famous video that I posted today. And that's two of my dad's best friends was in front of him. You know, guys. That's where a lot of them were firefighters and on the job at the municipality with the city. So, wear it at my dad's firehouse tonight. But you know, I wear my shirt proud, you know, because we can't
Hey.
let our kids forget.
Hey, Ray, send a link to Shy. He was actually there that day too.
Got it. You send the link to him if you can, because I don't have him on my friends list, so I can't send it to him.
Okay.
That was kind of crazy how the flame was going over when we were doing event
I booted myself instead.
PA.
I don't know if I know how to do this from the phone.
Hey, Shy, I sent you a friend request. So accept my friend request, and then I can send you a link, man.
He's actually a friend of mine who retired from up there and came down here. He was one of the first responders, and he's a good friend of mine.
Crazy. And, you know, when we got to remember the civilians who die. I was just talking to my partner in the coffee company. He just had 2 friends die of 9/11 related diseases. And one was a welder and one was a security fence operator. Like, he was putting the fences around the pit. And, you know, aside from my friends who are continuing to die, like Keith was the last. Keith was a very good friend of mine. He was a firefighter. He was the actual famed firefighter chef. His kids were on Shark Tank. It was a whole big thing. So Keith Young, who's a good friend of mine. You know, there are still people dying today because of the related disease. We can't forget them either. I mean, it's just it's crazy.
I don't think we're forgetting anybody.
No, I know.
think
I'm
we're
just saying
remembering everyone.
to the viewers, you know, to the viewers
Yeah.
who are. We say that because it's not personal to us. It's just we got to keep that alive. So you got viewers of all age groups, right? So when you get down into the lower age group of the cigar smoking community, they're the ones that we're talking to. They're the ones that we want them to see, just the way our grandparents did from the 40s with World War II, you know, in Vietnam. Our uncles and aunts who were in Vietnam, like I got uncles, you know, that were in Vietnam, and they did a very good job for me to respect them and what they did, you know. And this is our moment to do that and to talk to them about remembrance and the things, because we live in a crazy world right now where, you know, there is a certain part of this world, I believe, that wants us to forget about these type of things, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't let that. We can't let that.
Shy, I sent you a link.
You just let me know when he comes on. I'll jump off.
You don't have to jump off.
You don't have to jump off.
Can you have multiple people?
Yeah.
6,
Oh,
I
good.
think, on this.
You guys getting fancy.
Yeah,
No.
right?
You guys have come a long way. It's good to see.
Hey, Shy, welcome to Cigar Enthusiast 9/11. How are you, man?
What's going on?
I love your shirt, brother.
Thanks. Oh, okay. I had to look down. I threw it in under my uniform this morning.
I love it, man. I'll ask
Where are you now?
Where are you? Yeah.
I'm in Hollywood, Florida.
All right.
Nicely
Florida
retired.
in the house.
I sold my condo in Hollandale Beach.
Nice.
But he bought one in Maui, so I mean, it doesn't.
Not quite.
So, Shy, where were you? 9/11.
I was a young EMT. I was 20 years old. I was an EMT in New York City, and I was enjoying a day off. I was helping a buddy of mine who was running for New York City Council. It was primary election day. And I was sitting in a cafe having breakfast when I got the page. You know, those days we all carried little pagers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my work pager with me, and it said that a plane hit the World Trade Center. And I remember thinking it was this little, you know, tiny plane, some joker screwed up.
Yep.
But when they said they had to evacuate the tower, just the logistics of that, I was kind of new, and that would be something I'd never get to see again. So I grabbed my uniform, and I jumped into my car, and I started heading over. By the time I hit Manhattan, there was already another plane in. We were hearing rumors of other planes falling down. And just to give you an idea where my mind was at, the night before, I had watched the movie Pearl Harbor for the first time.
Damn.
So you get what I'm thinking.
Yep.
I got there, ditched my car just as Tower 2, the first tower that came down, collapsed. And I had my radio with me. I heard the screams. I heard people screaming for help over the radio, and then nothing. And I ran towards it, but we weren't getting there. Got into the other building. We started helping people out. And I got stupid lucky, I guess. Somebody passed a injured firefighter. He got hit by something right above the eye and couldn't see, and asked me to get him outside to an ambulance. And that's what ended up saving my life. The fact that I got him out just before the tower came down. I was trying to go find an ambulance with a crew there to treat him.
Damn, bro.
And
I know that
yeah,
feeling, man.
I stuck around for a good couple of days. We were there for the first week. And actually, as I logged in, these were those wonderful little tags that were issued to us right around Friday night, Saturday, when the military put up their gates and took over.
Yep.
And we all had to sign in and out.
Yep.
You know, I lost a lot of good friends that day. But I also made a lot of good friends that day. And in the aftermath, and in the years since.
Yep.
You know, with all the health issues in the 9/11 community, they had to go to DC and fight for the 9/11 bill multiple times. And I got to be a part of that, which was, I guess, kind of cool too. You know, I helped make a difference and do something, at least for those that made it. But it was definitely a messed up day.
Thanks for sharing with me.
I'll tell you right after that, in the matter of months after 9/11, I met a girl, got married, got divorced, and joined the Army. I'm from Brooklyn. You don't get to fuck with me and me not go out for revenge.
Roger.
Unfortunately, during AIT, my lungs gave
How
out.
you doing? Forget about it. How you doing?
And during AIT, my lungs gave out, the first signs of my 9/11 issues. And the military sent me packing. Right back to the New York City Fire Department. But
What station?
Over the course of the years, many. When I retired, I
I have
was.
friends that are part of the fire departments in New York now.
You got what? I didn't hear you. What'd you
What was
say?
that? I have
I didn't
friends
hear
right now. I have friends right now that are part of the FDNY. So, just curious to know where you were at.
When I retired 3 years ago, I was at Station 38
All right.
over in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah.
I spent most of my career working either Brooklyn or the Bronx,
Right.
or Harlem, Manhattan, which was part of the Bronx division when I started.
Thanks for
You
your
have friends
service,
and
brother.
family everywhere throughout. I mean, I'm here in New York too. So.
We bounce around.
Yeah. So we're coming up on, just a heads up, we've got
4 minutes.
yep, till 10:28. That'll be the last. The North Tower collapsed for a moment's silence.
You know, while we wait, I want to give a mention to guys like John McNamara, Ray Pfeiffer, Lou Alvarez, who, while they were dying of cancer, were spending their time in DC fighting for all the 9/11 responders to get them the medical benefits that they needed.
That's right.
You know, that takes something when you should be laying in a hospice doped up on painkillers, and instead you're marching the halls of Congress fighting with them.
It's crazy.
It is. Leave it to a pissed off Army vet to lead that charge.
Hoorah.
It was John Field.
I think truly that was when the veil of a certain reality of the way our government is run today came down, because you know when you can't take care of those who take care of you, and you catch them up in bureaucracy, your government has failed. You know, when you can't serve, when you're in a public servant who can't serve the public and you're only serving your own interests, I don't care what side of the road you're on, because it's on both sides of the road. So I'm not speaking I'm speaking apolitically, you know,
Exactly.
because I'm an American first. I'm a God-fearing man first. I'm an American first. I'm a family member first, you know. And I support my military, my first responders, and my government. You know, regardless of my contention with the government itself right now, it's sad. But when those guys did that and they were fighting for, you know, it really, and now we fast forward years later, you know, going a pandemic, we don't, you know, they're just self-serving bureaucrats. It's sad.
It really is.
And it is.
Veteran system, the veteran medical system, Princess knows this, you guys know this as vets, all three of you as vets. The VA is completely screwed up, you know, when you can't take care of those who serve you. I mean, it's an ass backwards world we live in.
It is. But now the same crew that fought for Zadroga, John Field, John Stewart, are going back to fight for veterans and their benefits.
Good for them.
So hopefully we'll see some changes with that too. They're stubborn people from New York. They don't take no for an answer.
Vaffanculo. Vaffanculo.
Grab your phone, Princess. Go to www.911memorial.org.
Grab my phone or grab my laptop? Because I'm on the phone.
Laptop.
All right.
It's 10:27. At 10:28, I'm going to press mute on all. Have a moment of silence.
If you log on instead of the memorial, the Tiller Foundation
Hold on.
is also doing it.
I'm going to take a moment of silence, everyone. 10:28. The last tower.
Oh my gosh.
Gordon Amit, 49. Edomiro Abad, 40. Marie Rose Abad, 34. Andrew Anthony Abate, 57. Vincent Paul Abate, 57. Lawrence Christopher Abel, 32. Lona Abraham, 4. William Abramson, 7. Richard Anthony Aceto, 4. Henrik Bernhard Ackerman, 55. Paul Aguaviva, 37. Christian Adams, 68. Donald Leroy Adams, 55. Patrick Adams, 45. Shannon Lewis Adams, 49. Stephen George Adams, 70. Ignatius Udo, I'm going to say this wrong, Adagna, 71. Christy Adamo, 8. Terrence Edward Adderley, 58. Sophia Addo, 68. Lee Adler, 37. Daniel Thomas Aflito, 25. Emmanuel Akwasi, 71. Alec Agarwal, 36. McCall Kumar Agarwala, 43. Joseph Agna Lowe, 11. David Scott Agnes, 47. I want to say this wrong too. Joa Alberto De Fonseca Aguirre, 34. Brian Ahern, 13. Jeremiah Ahern, 47. Joanne Aladitis, 37. Shabar Ahmad, 70. Terrence Aiken, 17. Goodwin Ahala, 65. Trudy Alagero, 5. Andrew Alamino, 52. Margaret Alario, 63. And I'm going to skip down. That's just going into the A's. There's over 3,000 people here, or close to 3,000. Do you have the list, Princess?
I do. And I'm going to suck at saying names too.
Try to say some.
Arlene T. Bapkitis, 66. Usis R. Buchu, 71. Oh my God, I'm really horrible with these names. I'm so sorry. John J. Baglicia, 52. Oh my gosh. Andrew J. Bailey, 12. Brett T. Bailey, 31. Garnet Ace Bailey, 3. Tatiana, oh my gosh, Baklinskia, 17.
So I think
Michael,
these are, if I'm not mistaken, Bill, this list is the list of the tower and the floors they were on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Still North Tower. Wow, I can't do that. I can't do it. Sorry, I
It's
can't.
being done. It's being done right now on TV.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but I just
We had a soldier, Specialist Singh, who passed away. Sean Singh, first of the 258 Field Artillery, who lost his life. So did his sister, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks for trying. Someone messaged me and asked, "What am I smoking?"
Tears.
yeah.
I tried finding a cigar today that would commemorate the moment, what I'm feeling. And I thought about a lot of things went through my mind this morning, and I was thinking to myself, the American by J.C. Newman would be great. Cigar. Got the flag on it and represents America and the values of America, values of the J.C. Newman family. An all-American cigar. Then I thought to myself, something that I have maybe a personal connection to. Working for the Corona family for a while, and I decided to light up the FSG Florida Sun Grown. It's a great cigar. It's got great flavor. No real big transitions for me. It's not very complex for me. But American tobacco.
Yeah.
So I went with that. FSG.
So I got to tell you about the cigar that I just smoked. So I got this cigar right after 9/11. I have the band. So the band is a fire rescue band. It says, "Let this fire burn, only the bravest." And this particular cigar was called the Proby.
Nice.
It's the very last one out of the 20 that I had. And it's the very last one I had. And as you guys all know, I'm retired fire EMS. And I had to do this one today. So I made this one my first one in memory.
I don't know if you guys tried Ken Dorbecker's cigar, the Chief.
I don't think I have, not yet.
He's a volunteer firefighter from West Hempstead, Franklin Square.
Really?
So he makes his cigars gets them from Gabby Caffey.
Okay.
It's a fantastic cigar. It really is. I'm a Gabby fan.
You're a Gabby fan?
I like his cigars. You know, they're to me, the ones
like
I've smoked have all been consistent.
I like the 1901s.
Yeah. Even his bundles, his cheap bundles are not bad. You know,
Really?
they're pretty good for like a yard cigar. They're a great price. He's a good guy.
He is.
Hey,
He'll
Ray, I'm
become-
going to switch over to my laptop.
Good. Thanks for coming on, you guys. It's actually
Thanks for having
helping.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Always.
Yeah.
Anytime. Bill's part of the family. He can come on anytime he damn well pleases.
Thank you. Cigar Rights of America.
That's right.
Don't forget. Sign up. Get your new membership today. We're back in it. We're back in the fight. There's a little touch and go there for a second, but
Truth.
I just, if you don't mind, I got to check my addiction here on Freefall because I'm looking at some Cigar Bid Freefall flatheads. Have you ever done Freefall on Cigar Bids?
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God!
I
Don't
don't even know what it is.
don't start. You'll buy and buy and buy. It's like gambling.
No, I don't doubt it. I'm taking a break from purchasing cigars while I'm working on the office and building the walk-in humidor upstairs in this above.
Oh, you can go to walking, huh? Good for you.
Yeah. I smoke a lot though.
I got to cut back.
How dare you?
Right?
What did
Oh,
you
it's
just
it's seasonal, so the winter's coming. So you know it is.
coming? Winter's coming. Dragons are flying
coming.
overhead, and
It's the way it is for a cigar smoker in the Northeast.
now here in Florida, man, it's hoping in the next couple of weeks it starts to, the temperature changes a little bit so I can enjoy the outside more. I smoke in my office, so
Well, that's funny because we're putting off the construction on our house till next season. We just got caught up with the summer, and then let me just see. Hold on, get to one. It won't go past 111. It's 24 box of Gordo 6x60 COO flatheads.
leave it to
Down
Bill
to
to make
100,
cigars.
111. I just want to. I don't know what it is. It just. I'll wait. I mean, it's got 1 day and 13 hours left to the for the free fall. I mean, still getting a box of 24 flatheads at the 111. You can't beat it.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
$239 retail. But so I had to, I have what is a mother-daughter. You know, it is in Long Island. They have mother-daughters.
Mhm.
So, I have an upstairs apartment and a downstairs house. So we were going to do the conversion. So I had to get my kid into his own room because they're getting bigger now. And so I took my in-house gym, which is, because our basement, basements are in Long Island. They cover the whole span of the house. So we have a finished basement. So this where I'm at right now, this location, because my office was on 51st and Lexington in Manhattan. I mean, nobody's going back to Manhattan. We're done. Like, I ain't going back. We're saving a ton of money in my energy company just to get out of there. So I just I sold all my equipment, kept the treadmill put it on the other side of the basement, and then converted this into my office, and then gave my kid my office as a room. So
you need me to come down or come up to New York and heal that entire room. We need to put a couple of rabbit ears on the wall.
That's exactly where I was going, because my wife comes in. My wife's a lawyer, right? So you know how tough that is. So she comes out. She's like, I'm kind of. And I just bought that fancy air purifier tester that plugs in, so it's coming. It's by Amazon. So she's like, because we don't have carpets in here. It's all tiled, right? Because nobody wants a carpet in the basement. So we tiled it out, and she's like, I kind of feel a little mildewy in the air, and she's like, you want to get an air purifier? I'm like, I got an air purifier I could buy right now. It's called a Rabbit Air. I'm kind of etching her to like the cigar side, like the.
Is there a wall? Is there a wall to your right?
Unfortunately, there's not. So
I can come down and build you one. I'll come up and build one.
Right, you can frame it out, right?
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm like,
put paper barrier down. Seal it up. I see you looking. I'll talk. We can make this happen, bro. I need to make a trip to New York anyway.
Yeah, come on, let's go. I want to go up there too.
Well, more importantly, if you could do that with me, I would, because I like doing things on my own at my age now, because it makes me feel younger. But like, I did all of my landscaping design outside in the back, and
good. It came out great.
Yeah. So what I have to do, because upstairs is my top floor, because it's 3-floor house. So in the mother-daughter, I have the kitchen that goes into the den, and I have the 2 rooms on the front, right? So we want to just gut the kitchen and the living room in one shot, extend the wall, hang a door, and then we have pocket doors on the other side of the room, and then just get rid of the pocket door, frame it out, hang a door, and then make it a traditional 5-bedroom house, and then do the basement. And then if I gotta somehow get ventilation in here, because this wall is just, there's no, that's the outside. So I think with the ventilation, you have to have you have to get a somehow exit.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, my wife would kill me.
I'm trying to think what you could do there. It's hard being in the basement in the house, and then you don't want it's got to get done right so you don't get flooding issues down the line.
That's the thing, right?
The wall. But with the rabbit airs in the basement, you'll be fine, man. With no windows, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Your air conditioning is kicking in through the house. You can get a portable AC to put down there.
I have one already.
It's small. I ordered one.
I have a window one. I blew out the window this season. I was like, screw it, because my neighbor's a local 3 guy, and he's like Joe Home guy like you, and he's like, do this. He's like, I cut the middle out, and I found a perfect AC that fits the window, and I got AC down here.
Good.
Humidification systems, whatever. It's all good.
Oh yeah. When I come to New York, brother, just let your wife know Ray's stopping by for like a weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna build you a fucking smoke room.
Dale, brother. Dale. A mí no me importa. Ya tú sabes.
Así se hace, papi.
Así hace, papi. Gasta la dinero, brother. Ya tú sabes.
That that means that we just have to stay at your house. You're gonna have to put us up.
My house is in Amityville. We're like right down the road.
Right.
Well, that means that I have to stay there then.
Down Sunrise Highway. You're good. Venga. A mí no me importa. You just gotta talk to La Jefa. Okay, ya tú sabes. La Jefa.
You start that.
Es un tiburón.
Mm-hmm. I'll hire an attorney to talk to an attorney.
Yeah, right.
Your attorney.
What you got to do is get me your heifer. Tell her to start talking to her. I'll save some coffee money for her whole apparatus.
You want to talk to Jessica?
Tell Jessica to get me their budget on coffee for whatever, because she's the money, right? It's all about money. Tell me what the price is that they're paying. I'll beat their price. They save a couple of dollars here and there. It's big money. We have the farms. That saves big money for them. I'm still, and now we're looking at, I got to get the after talking to Eric yesterday, Espinoza, I got to get I really got to get a serious analysis on the tierra, the ground over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Connecticut broadly, Connecticut everything. They didn't mention it yesterday in the HERF, but Connecticut, there's a problem too, is that they're buying up all the land.
Yeah.
For different purposes. So the land's going.
Well, we also talked about how it's in short supply.
You're talking about Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut,
yeah. That land's gone. I mean, just
gobbling it up.
Yep. I mean, I couldn't believe one of the biggest Connecticut farms out there sold half the fucking farm. Was it a year ago? Right, a year ago. I mean, it's just disappearing, man. It was unbelievable. And what are they gonna fucking build there? A strip mall or some shit? Like, what the fuck, man?
Listen, the opportunity is mine, because we have we can do Ecuadorian shade, Ecuadorian Connecticut, Ecuador Habano, Ecuadorian Sumatra. You can do all of that there. It's volcanic. I mean, we're right under Quito. We're literally right under the mountain in Quito.
Exactly.
Fucking Quito. I'm not allowed to go to Ecuador. I can tell you that offline.
The thing is, I have a source of capital anyway, right? Because I
have family that owns property there, but
in Ecuador.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, the George and Gil, the owners of Andean Mountain, I'm the partner, right? So George and Gil own it. They own 50% of the land in the other 50% is owned by the guy who owned Boar's Head. Guy's worth $300 million. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to get them to say, hey, listen, here's another investment stream. I can prove to you that, the three biggest commodities, social commodities that went through the roof during COVID and the pandemic were alcohol, tobacco, and coffee. All three of them, nobody lost money. In fact, they're talking about short supply right now. Yep. I'm getting you a quote this next Monday because of the holiday and everything. I have Abe going out. I have you going out. I have Eric going out. So I've got three party packs going out. But
I already got my stuff.
Yeah,
I also just bought new stuff too. So I got you, Bubs.
Thanks.
It's actually good coffee.
It's the only reason I got involved in the investment, because it was good coffee. I mean,
it's very good coffee. I've had the platinum, I've had the dark roast, and what's the other bean one? The
regular Arabica.
Yeah, the Arabica. All three of them have been phenomenal.
I love it.
Coffee.
Now I'm getting we have a problem right now because so I want an organic. So I do, as a managing partner, my job is to understand the market. So I want an organic coffee blend, 100% organic, right? So we have that, but unfortunately, because of COVID, we can't re-up our certification for organics because we can't get the organic certifiers into Ecuador to do the certification. You can get the state, in Ecuador, but it doesn't mean anything. You need the national, you need the global IOEC, whatever it is. You need them to do that. And then the other thing is a true espresso. Even though you can espresso our stuff, cut fine grain, we want a true espresso. And then now I'm looking at retail space because I want to do a Rainforest meets Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? And then in bigger venues, I want to do rock climbing walls once we're allowed to come back, because Andean Mountain is part of a rainforest system, on both the Pacific and the Atlantic side.
Well, I'm opening up a cigar shop, so what we'll do is we'll hook up with you, and we're only going to serve your coffee there at the shop.
Yeah, great. We'll give you a discount. Because I got to do
no shit.
family
Where are
discount.
you opening up a shop?
It'll be here in Florida, brother.
Make them
That's
Yeah.
all I can say right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's,
and
you
then
know,
you
that small
can
state like
drive
Rhode
to
Island,
us.
Florida.
You know Florida, right? You know Florida.
It's somewhere here.
You might,
Close.
you know, you pass it on the I-75 between 95 and 75. You might miss it. You might miss it. You know, if you blink, but it's here.
Yeah, right.
This is for you that are watching, and for you three. This is what makes days like today easier. Friendships.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
so I appreciate you guys, all of you.
This type of friendship.
Roger that. Thank you. Love it, brother.
Now it's in my premiere. Now it's right in my premiere shelf right here.
That's awesome, brother.
I love that piece. I don't think there's another one like it. I don't care what anyone says.
Thank you.
The detail, the story you could see in there, it just the culture. There's nothing like it. It's amazing. When you appreciate that stuff about what we do as a culture, you know, and
I hear
that's what you're supposed to do is appreciate not just the leaf, but everything around the leaf, the people involved with it. When we were fighting with the CRA, but a lot of it had to do with saving the boxes and the warning labels that would take up the real estate on the box, where people they had no care or consideration for the artwork and the animo, like the alma, that goes into these things. You get somebody like Carlito, because I know Carlito. You get someone like Carlito Fuente, you don't mess with him on that stuff. He's all about Kumbaya cigars. He is the Kumbaya king. When it comes to because he can be. He's the padrino. The guy's
for sure.
He's at the top. He can do whatever he wants. But he's really genuine about the industry bringing people together and keeping them together just for the love of the leaf.
Yep.
So I appreciate your point.
Someone posted, Facebook user said, "Good morning, guys. If you're on the group page, just go to the description. It says to give permission to Facebook to use, or StreamYard to use Facebook. Okay, you just got to give permission for us to be able to see your post, because right now it's just listed as Facebook user.
Yeah, you only have to do it once, by the way. So once you do it once, it'll be okay for the next times you come on.
Yeah. Someone screamed, "Bill! Bill!"
What up?
I can tell you who it is. If I go on the group page.
Mm-hmm.
Today's the day I don't want to do anything. I just want to go. I got a funeral at 2. It's terrible.
Yeah.
48-year-old. I don't know why. I don't know. We don't know yet how he passed.
Yeah.
I know his father was in 9/11. His father was FDNY.
So that's David Skelton said, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, David. Caesar Cantu. Scream Bill. What am I, chopped liver Caesar? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
Caesar. Really?
You got to be part of the hit squad. He's part of the hit squad with me, with the cigar prop hip squad, the hype squad.
Hey,
how about that?
I was the first one to do a video to hype them up.
Who, on cigar prop?
Yeah, well, I brought cigar prop on. I brought Kevin on Cigar Enthusiast so we can talk about
I saw that.
Yeah.
the first.
And you guys all started talking about beards.
Well, that's what we do, man. Look at
Kevin
this.
just went
Like,
to
it's like, ooh,
Care
ooh.
Viajante
Look
yesterday.
at this thing. I'll just stand like I'll just sit like this.
Yeah, you have that battle axe beard.
No, are you ready to laugh? So my oldest son, went on a date for the first time in a long time. And he goes, "Mom, everything was fine until I looked at her and realized her mustache was thicker than mine."
How
Wow.
you doing? Welcome to 2020. Thank God I'm not dating in 2020. Thank God.
His first words when he got in the car is, he's like, "Mom, abort mission, abort
We're
mission."
not gonna talk about the dating game right now in the 2020. It's insane.
Is that the samurai son?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the samurai son.
That's that's great. I mean, that's one of my favorite sayings is the samurai proverb of 7 times down, 8 times up.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Jerome Berry. Iconic
morning.
smokers in the house.
The man.
Jerome, you want to come on for a minute, bro? Today's we were remembering, man. The episode started talking about 9/11, my feelings and things I went through that day and after. Bill, and Shy, right? Shy?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that says Shaya or Shia on there, but Shy.
Shai is the legal name.
All right.
Yeah.
Talked about their experiences, Princess as well.
Princess did more crying than anything.
You know, just a quick mention for anybody that was there that's not signed up for 9/11 medical monitoring. Please go online and get signed up. It is extremely important.
Mm-hmm. So Shy, I actually met Shy through a good friend of mine, Nicole. Her husband used to be one of my partners. Her husband was my partner, and he died in a car accident on duty when a drunk driver pulled out in front of him. So him and Lahari were both my old partners in EMS. And that's how I got to meet Shy.
Yep. It was at the court hearing for the driver.
Yep. We all stood by her, and we were there for the sentencing, but we all stood by her to let her know that she wasn't alone.
I'm actually going to be with her later today.
Give her hugs and kisses for me too, please.
Will do. She's doing an event for the For Paul Foundation with BSO.
Oh, awesome. So the one thing that I love about her is the fact that she continues to give back to first responders, whether it be police, fire rescue, EMS, it doesn't matter. She's giving back to the community because her thing is to further their education in the field. And the foundation actually helps to pay for people to go to school, get scholarships, and that's what I love about it. Mm-hmm.
That comment was left by David Skelton. I was on a plane from DC to Dallas when the first tower was hit. Thank you for sharing with me, David.
Wow.
You know, for those that were on planes, I heard a lot of planes got stuck in Gander, Newfoundland. Nice little area. I know a group from the 9/11 Tribute Center went there a few years ago to go say thank you for their hospitality and the amazing work that all of them did for everyone that got stuck there.
Yep.
I saw some pictures. They did a really nice ceremony. It was a beautiful thing. And they even made a Broadway show about it.
They did?
Yeah, it's called, I think, Come From Away or something. But as I got involved in the 9/11 community and the aftermath, I got to hear about all the other parts of it, not just what happened at Ground Zero, but the guys that were involved in Shanksville, at the Pentagon, and all over the world that were helping out, from the people that got stuck everywhere and all that.
Yeah.
All right, David, and for all of you watching, I don't know if I'll be able to show this from my phone, but if you go to where it is streaming, it says I'm going live using StreamYard. Before leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name at StreamYard.com. Just click that link. That's all you need to do is click that link.
Yep.
It allows StreamYard to share with, or Facebook to share with StreamYard your comments.
Yep. So if you pop
We
off
can
now,
see your comments. It just doesn't show your picture and it doesn't show your name.
yeah. So if you pop off now and you go to that link, just click that link.
Back
It's
out
the-
and then come back in.
Yep,
Back
and-
out, click the link, come back in.
Exactly. And it's a 2 or 3 little things. You just go yes, 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 and then you can come back on.
Yeah.
JB.
Tim, where were you working, brother? It says Tim wrote, I was at work, and wouldn't let him leave that. Put it over there, baby. Guys, welcome to the show. Iconic Smokers, Jerome Berry. What's up, Jerome? How are you, my friend? My brother.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Better right now, man. Better. Thank you.
Where
were you 9/11?
Bro, I was young, man. I was actually in class, and I was in class, and then my teacher walked in after hearing an announcement to walk out and to go talk to the other staff in the hallway, and then they go, everybody needs to go home now. They gave us no instructions, no nothing. they felt like it was just such uh, a situation that was just so dastardly that they didn't have any words to put together to culminate to be able to speak to us. So they send us home. So I go home. Of course, you know, my mom isn't there because she's working. I came out of a single parent household. Not that my dad isn't alive, but he just wasn't around for this situation. And you get home, you turn on the TV, and then you see one of the biggest monuments in the world on fire.
Yep.
And you're thinking to yourself, Jesus Christ! Like as a kid, you're like, what the heck is going on? Then you realize it's not just one building, that it's two buildings. Then you realize it's not just two buildings, it's three buildings. And then you're like, you know, you start thinking to yourself about your own mortality. You start thinking about, okay, you know what? What's gonna happen to me? What's gonna happen to me? Is this like gonna be never ending, or is this going to spread from state to state? Because you know, bro, we're conditioned to watch movies as little kids to scare the crap out of us dealing with these types of situations. So it becomes like the torment of, you know, of a 12-year-old's mind.
No, but not just the 12-year-old's mind. This is what we were talking about as well, because while we were at the World Trade Center and we were doing the recovery efforts, we were talking about cells, right? What happens if other cells decide, okay, this was planned for today, what happens tomorrow? What happens the day after tomorrow? What happens, you know, next week? You know, what happens when we start sending our soldiers overseas and then stuff starts popping off here in America, right? What happens to our children? My daughter was just born a couple of months prior. It was a lot to take in, a lot to think about. It was nonstop.
So, and brother, I'm gonna tell you this: if that wasn't reason enough to drive you into law enforcement, I don't know what else is.
Yep.
So, you know, now in 2020, we can sit here and we can bicker about the dumbest shit in the world, and excuse my English, you know. And we can talk crap to each other about this political party line or that one or whatever like that. Bro, at the end of the day, I bleed red, white, and blue. I could care who less is in the office. I'm still going to stand. I'm still going to salute. And I'm going to still say amen.
Roger that.
So,
that's the way it should be.
And, you know, if people could stay out of their feelings and do their job, I think this place would be a better place.
I agree.
So, I don't usually, and you know me, Ray. I'm very like low key. I did a survey yesterday, right? That says like, what are you? Are you autocratic, democratic, or lazy fair? So I scored 44 on a democratic and like 40 on a lazy fair. So my which taught me that my teaching style is to either let all my guys get together and vote, which is how I normally operate, or if I see a strength in somebody and I can make them and I can tell them to go ahead and chase that, then I allow it, you know. And that's how I treat Iconic Smoker, and that's how I treat life. Because, bro, if you're better at something than me, why not let you do it? I'd be dumb not to allow you to flourish, you know.
Yep.
Plus, karma's a bitch.
But yeah, I'm just happy that most of the people involved in that situation from that fateful day are no longer with us, in a sense of the bad guys.
Right.
We lost a lot of good ones, and we still, to this day, we're still fighting that fight, and we still lose a lot of people. We still lose a lot of soldiers for crazy stuff, man. Because I mean, you know, I remember when I was younger, like if we lost somebody, like that meant something. You know what I mean? There was a moment of silence. There was You know, if he came from your neighborhood, your neck of the woods, and he went off to military war and he came back in a box, right, draped in a flag, like we all took a moment of silence for that young man or that person. We all went to that funeral, whether you could go to the actual funeral or whether you had to stand in the street and watch that car drive by. You would stand there in that hot boiling sun and watch this person who gave everything for what we call freedom. You do it, but we don't have that respect anymore. I watch people drive past funeral cars like they're, you know, like it's just another car on the street. You're supposed to pull over, you know. You're supposed to allow that person to take their final rides, their final destination place in peace. But no, people don't care anymore. Sad world we live in. You know, I'm gonna get off the soapbox because
you don't have to, brother.
No, you don't have to. Everything you're saying, I 100% agree with.
Agreed.
The sad thing about it is that today, and JB, your words ring true to today. The good and the bad of today about what you're preferencing is that the good, the threat of terrorism, the way it was right after 9/11 and the immediate years following, was at the highest level.
Yeah.
Today, fast forward to 2020, there is always a threat that we have to be aware of, but the level is completely different. It is diminished, right? However, today in America, for the same desensitization that is going on with things of that importance that you brought up, the real problem is if I went out in certain cities right now with my family to certain streets and certain restaurants, I have a more fear of domestic terrorism coming up. You know, terrorism doesn't have to be a gun to your face. It could be someone just coming up while you're eating with your family and turning over your table for something that, you know, they believe. I get that they believe in some form of protest, but I'm just saying it's just a weird world we live in today, that the threats are completely, now we have threats that we have to worry about internally, you know?
Yeah,
it's just bizarre.
But you know, one thing I find peace in, and I'm gonna have to be completely blunt and honest about this. One thing I find peace in, one thing I find solace is you don't make good men go bad.
Yeah.
Bad men are bad men, inherently.
Right? Because what happened is a good man is a bad man trying to control himself. In a sense, right?
That's valid statement.
Right? Because no, and I'll expound on it. Right? So think about this, right? You are a Marine. You're highly trained to kill, right? And now you're back in America, and then you got some punk standing in front of you, and then now he's talking crap to your wife, your son, your daughter, whatever like that, right? He's a good man because he served this country, he did everything like that, right? But in a split of a second, right? You touch his child, what is he gonna do?
Kill you.
Right? So regardless, right? There's people trained in all type of skills in this world. There's people who are good at a bunch of stuff. You know, I pride myself of being a person, a jack of all trades in a sense, right? Because I just don't stop at one thing. You know, I'm always looking to further my experience at life. Why? Because we only have one to live, right? So I try to be as unbiased as possible in everything that I do, right? That's why I'm surrounded by so many cultures. That's why I allow so many people to get involved in my life, you know, because it's something that you have to intake, because now you're opening up your doors and you're risking letting people see your vulnerability and the innards of your household, right? And it's a risk because you have absolutely no idea. It's not like we do a criminal background check on everybody we bring to our household. You know, even in this beautiful industry that we're in, right? Some people seek to hide in plain sight with this industry. Why? It's a 21 and older industry, right? So you always got to be careful in who you stand next to and who you do business with and who you speak to, you know? So you never know.
You know, You never know, but let me say this: with all the political climate and everything going on, there are first responders across the country that don't ask who you are, what you believe in, when they risk their lives to help you and save you. Every day of the week, every hour of the day, across the board. I've seen it in the news, people protesting.
JB is a first responder.
I didn't know that. See that?
Detective Miami.
He's undercover. He's always undercover.
He's
No
hiding,
one would
he's
know.
hiding in the cigar industry in plain sight.
Yeah, right.
It's the greatest undercover outfit ever.
They are. But
That's
think
the
about
best.
that. With everything across the board, running and putting our lives in danger for random strangers without caring what they believe in. And even if we know they believe exactly what we don't and are even out there protesting against us for whatever reason, we still go running in to help them.
Yeah, you know what, man? I'll tell you what you need. 2020 needs, right? If right, the whole argument about the term professionals, right? If we are professionals at what we do, right? Part of being a professional is to train the next generation how to be professional as well, right?
Yep.
So I think like in most situations now, in the situation now, right? You're supposed to lead by example. So if I hold myself to a higher standard, if I believe that I can walk around in that glad, because it's a fishbowl that like once you're in any type of profession that requires 100% good, right? Or as people state, right? Like there's no bad apples in every damn profession, but if you're in the profession that requires 100%, right? One of the things you want to do is you want to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and, not to use a Frank Sinatra term, but and do it your way. So if you're doing it your way, right, you have to teach that next generation, and you have to start now. Why? Because, dude, let's face it, we're getting older. I mean, I'm 36. I don't know how old you guys are, but what happened is one day I'm gonna be 40,
50.
one day I'm gonna be 50. Right? So those days will come. So then why not start training the next professional, right? To do you, to be you, to emulate what you once did, right? And take it a step further, because you don't want them to be exactly the same, but to emulate you in a sense of they have somebody to look up to now, just like we had somebody to look up to back then. When September 11th happened, I had somebody to look up to. It was every man and woman, law enforcement or not, who decided to turn around and run back in that building and try to save another life. Right?
Yep.
So if that's the case, right? Right. We all hear this. How do they put it? You either fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe in the fighting part, but you don't have to showcase it every day, right? We now in 2020 we have become tactician of words, in a sense,
I like that term.
So and we have to learn how to use them or whatever. Like normally when you see I do like because I'm actually in my garage, I got my mics here and all this stuff or whatever, but I'm not the greatest at everything, right? So behind the scenes, what do? Right? I'll call Ray. Hey Ray, how you doing today, brother? Hey, if you got a minute, hey, let's chat. It could be whatever time he's available, because I'm on his time, because I'm asking him for something. Right? Hey, I noticed you do StreamYard, brother. I think it's an amazing program, and how you use it and how you put up your items in the corners and do this and do that. Can you give me a walkthrough? I know YouTube does it, but can you help me out? Because I like what you provide, what you bring to the network, how you do something, right? I hate not the industry, but I hate how people in the industry, like the smokers, they tend to try to compare people. Oh, well, you're doing what this guy's doing, or where you're doing what that guy's doing, or you're doing what this guy's doing. Bro, there's still only 3 types of leaves here, right? The wrapper, the binder, and the filler.
That's it.
It's not many ways you're gonna flip it. Right? So if we're talking about the same thing and doing the same thing, yeah, we can add our flavor to it. Like I can be funny, right? I can I can mix up my words so that way I sound like Jay-Z likes to put it, dumbed down for my audience. I can do different situational things so that way I can appease certain people or certain demographics or certain styles or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm still me. I'm still educated. I still have my degrees. I still do the jobs that I do. I'm still certified in so many things that people aren't even aware of. Why? Because that's not what's on trial. You know, what's on trial every day for each and every one of us is our character. So if we can uphold that,
you said it wrong, Bill.
We shouldn't have any problems in life.
Yep.
You said it wrong. He's got a certification in drip.
Yep, and
look at you with the goo. Look at you dripping goo. And by the way, in the beginning, JB, you completely lied. If anybody knows you and has seen your Mecca that you created in your house, you are wildly talented at the home front, man.
Yep.
That place is by far. I mean, I can't wait because I'm a Miami guy. You can come down there and visit.
I've been privileged and honored to
I
be
have no
invited
Mecca, but for my friends who, I have nothing that you guys are speaking of. I just want to make that clear and facts right here and now.
Still undercover. Look at this guy. Look at this guy
the
undercover.
4 other people that are on this podcast are in Miami. You would like to come to my modestly small home. You're more than welcome to join me.
I'm bringing a net for the birds and a fishing pole for the fish.
You just wait, JB. When you come down here, my Mecca will be ready.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to come up to you.
Yeah.
See, I don't even smoke this early, man. You guys woke me up.
No, but I'm all into feng shui, like not as a religion or anything like that, but just as a balance of things. And the dude has got feng shui, bro. He is feng shui master. Like the way the whole place is laid out, situated, the sitting areas. Forget about the life that lives around this thing that gives all that structure of life. Like it's the finches, the koi, and the turtles.
You just wait.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna build this. You'd have to build a zoo. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
you can't
doing.
go commercial. His shit is all
Tiger,
organic.
lions, and bears, man. Tigers, lions, bears, and
You're
one alligator.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my.
You saw the post. He posted and he sent me pictures of it. I got a real one. And so he had a baby gator in the pool next door that he caught, and he took pictures of it. He's like, look, I got the real deal, Ray. I'm over here with my little gator head, and he's got the real deal in his hands. I was like, all right.
Gators.
Wait.
JB. All right.
So the funny part of it is when I took a picture of the gator head on my shoulder, Bill turned around and is like, I got to be like her. And he did the same thing.
Yeah, I saw. He sent it to me, too.
I got 2 of them. I got to bring them down to the office.
So, JB, I got to make my way down to Miami and come hang out with you one day.
Hey, you're more than welcome, man. And everybody will tell you, as long as I'm available, I volunteer my time because
and food.
Yeah, it's the least I can do. Because for every day that we've connected, think about man hours that we've all put in watching each other, listening to each other, dealing with each other on social media and everything like that. So you know the icing on the cake is always to meet in person, to have an actual conversation, to have a cigar. And I hope Ray gave you those cigars that we sent up to you.
Absolutely. Ray does
not. Oh, he gave them to you? He gave you all 20 of them?
Get he got one.
I
got a half of one smoked half.
Half one already smoked.
Cut it right in the nub.
Here, this one's for you.
Jamie just sent me these awesome nubs. Smoked half of them.
I swear that's how they got here.
Yeah, really. I swear.
Thank you, David, for coming on with us. David Skelton, thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you,
your
David.
experiences, brother. David was on a plane that was forced to land because of the terrorist acts. So I'm bringing you back on, JB.
Yeah, somebody decided that they're gonna call me privately during the cast and just pick my whole mute me and all this stuff. So yeah, look, to be honest, man, like today you're not gonna see me do a single post. It's not that I don't believe in the whole let me make a post saying 9/11 or this or that or whatever like that. But like this morning, at 9/11 when we used to. I don't know if we still do it, but we used to give our moment of silence. We used to take that break. We used to take that time out. I like to be alone.
Yeah.
That's
You
why I
know.
came on after the fact.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I like to be alone. And I read what you wrote, Ray, and there's no words for that, man.
It was powerful.
Yeah.
There's no words for that. So that's why I don't know if you guys know, but this is one of the reasons I started Iconic Gold, right? Because, and it's not to be like everybody else. I don't do like everything I do has a reason behind it, you know. So like I have a Ray. It got here after you got here, but I have an Iconic interview coin. But you interviewed me, so now you're gonna have to come back, and I'm gonna have to go up there. I'm gonna have to interview you, but. What happened is I have an interview coin. So what happened is this is the interview coin. So when you and I'm sorry if you can't see it. Oh, there we go. So this is the interview coin. So when I interview you, you get that coin. Why? Because you took a time out of your day to talk to me, to have a conversation, and a genuine one. Because we don't talk about the standard stuff. We're gonna crack jokes and we're gonna feel like family. So I actually gave out the first one. Which you guys will see the video on Sunday where I interviewed Azolia Woods. So she was a great person, and all type of people have come to my house before. You know, we have the world famous Ray. You know, we also had like Pedro Gomez. You know, Bill says he's going to show up. Princess J, you say you're going to show up, so I'm going to have to roll out the red carpet, and then and we'll see. And
I'm Miami royalty, bro.
I've heard that. I've heard that. I heard pigs fly when you come down.
Yeah, man. we own the Welch. My middle name is Welch, and we own the Welch's building downtown. My grandfather owned it, and he was one of the big guys in Miami back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. He built Doctors Hospital. It's good stuff.
Cigar enthusiasts, you guys watching, you guys on. This is my son Gabriel, my saving grace every single day.
It's like your linebacker.
My boy.
Boy.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
Gentle giant.
Yep.
My kisses. And big kisses.
Does he know that Jordan smoked 23 cigars a day? That wasn't just his number. That was how many cigars he smokes a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ray's other son.
Say hi. Other son, he takes my money like my son for sure. No doubt about that.
Now, is he homeschooled? Are you guys homeschooling? My kids are in school.
Yeah.
Oh,
mine are in school too.
I love you.
Yeah, nope. We homeschool down here because the ratio is still high. I think like per.
Pick me out a cigar.
I forgot. I think it was like we got either 300 to 400 cases this week. I think it was.
Yeah.
So until they're attempting to reopen schools, I think they're supposed to start the 22nd, the 21st.
Pick any cigar.
So if they do, we'll see how it goes, you know. But now they're risking complete households, you know, to do it. So we'll see.
Ray, did you just make your kid a cigar butler?
Yeah, he always gets me.
You got a cigar butler, man. I got to do that with my kid.
Yeah, my kid just gets me a cigar. He just picks whatever. He doesn't know. But it's funny. And one day we'll sit down with him because he really surprised me a couple of weeks back. We were sitting out here by the pool talking, and he started talking about the different colors of cigars. He started talking about the binder and filler of the cigars. He's listening to my conversations. He watches every single show. And it brought tears to my eyes one day because I didn't realize he was watching the shows. You know, he goes in his room and he looks it up. He's at his mom's house and he's watching, and and I do this for us, right? For the industry. I'm really promoting the brick and mortars. I'm promoting the boutique cigar industry, and my son tells me how proud he is of me, man. And I bursted into tears, man. It was heartbreaking. Not heartbreaking. It was heart-wrenching for me to hear that from him because I've never heard my son say he was proud of me. And like that, you know, he looks up to me, and that made me really happy. It makes me work harder every day to want to do this and to open up a shop. And you know, we're gonna have a cigar coming out in 2021. Actually, a few cigars come out in 2021 with 2 different manufacturers. And he's a big part of it. Definitely not that one. That's a good one.
But we're exploring
cigar, but that one.
Canadian Mountain Coffee. We're exploring the coffee infused cigars. We're doing it with Protocol right now. So think about it. You know, we'll get you some beans. I believe the beans are better than the grind because the beans have a more oil transfer rate for infusion.
Two parts here. I thought you looked up to your son because he was taller than you. Right? And
everyone got short jokes.
For you, Bill, that I actually did a post yesterday about that, because I'm starting to get into the coffee now, and I'm trying to understand. I mean, you know, besides like the Espinosa coffee and this that I've tried and all this, and I think I'm not gonna mention any companies, but Protocol owes me a cigar, a coffee pack.
What was that again? What was that?
Protocol owes me a coffee pack. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Protocol, because we're with Protocol now, and we're going to be their next coffee. Jet Coffee, which everyone knows in the industry, for one reason or another, when Protocol went down the coffee route for merchandise, something happened, right? They didn't get into it with us, but we went there as a coffee company because now I'm partner in this coffee company. We went out to the Protocol office, and then we're going to do what you all understand is the boutique industry. So we have the ability. What's different about Andean Mountain being, and again, everyone loves me when I say vertically integrated, but it's true in a corporate dynamic. When you have vertical integration, you control the product. We can control the profit margins that you guys would make outside of another company who says they do coffee yet has to go to market and purchase coffee and then sell it to someone else. There is a tertiary structure there. Not with us. We're linear. So if Iconic Smoke wanted to create a coffee line for as a revenue stream, you'd be better off coming to me, or at least getting an estimate and checking with me in your process of understanding bottom line. Because if I can beat your price, if the quality's there, we're not concerned about the quality.
Yeah, the quality.
And we would do with Protocol, what we also did. What we're also going to be doing in the near future is that because we're vertically integrated, it'll be a drop ship. So you could put it on your Protocol's going to put it on their website. They're going to drop ship to us. We're going to create the packaging and everything for them. And all they have to do is set their profit margin according to what we sell them on the wholesale. And it's a streamline, you know, you can't really beat it. So
very nice. No, I'm working on a few projects. They'll be coming out soon. I don't like to put the carriage in front of the horse, but I'll definitely be speaking to you as well, because like now that I'm understanding this I guess the coffee world and the boutique blend styling and everything like that, it'd be really stupid of people who are in the cigar industry not to take on some form of coffee, because what happened is that morning blend does get our day started just like the cigar gets our afternoon started, unless you're a morning smoker. Like since I'm not a morning smoker, I decided to go with the Tobacco Special, but the very next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to go get me some coffee, you know. So actually I think it was Avo Cigars who sent me they sent me like a variety pack of items to display. And then I tried it out. So what is that?
So we have a friend, Al Berner, here in Bethpage, New York. He's a cigar a friend.
Yeah, I'm going to call him later. I want his son to make me something.
So his son has autism. He's on spectrum. So for the longest, and he's an older son. So for the longest of time, he wasn't communicating. And then all of a sudden, he found they tried 3D printing with him, and all of a sudden, it opened him up. The artwork, then talking to people, and then I sat and spoke with the kid. He's 22. He's a big giant. He's a giant.
A great kid. Yeah.
But he was totally. You wouldn't even expect it. I mean, you know a little bit, but in the sense of communication, that this this art outlet opened him up, you know. But he made that for us for free. So
I see you
And we gave
picked
him
a
a
good
hat.
one there, Ray.
Gabriel picked a good
I'm
one.
waiting for his son. He's actually making me something. He's making me a cigar holder that I'm so excited to get. So I should be getting that soon.
Hey, well, if you guys could get me the information, I'll definitely have something made. Actually, if you guys don't know, my partner Juan Nunez, his son is autistic. So there's a few things that we take personal here. Breast cancer being one of them, or cancer in itself being one of them.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately,
you
that's
know.
why I'm going to be coming down to you.
So I mean, I recently lost my sister-in-law to cancer. You know, so so some staples that you're gonna find in our company, in our group, and everything like that is when you see the pink, it's not because the Miami colors, it's because of breast cancer. So everything we sell that's in pink, we take the money, we put into a separate account, we save that money, and then we do our donations. You know what I mean? And it's not, and what I like about Iconic Smoker is because we're round table, because nobody sits at the head of a round table. We all do something, and we all congregate together, and then we all do a donation, so whether we meet up at we got challenged at a cigar bar. The guy was like, look, whatever you put up, I'll match. And we raised $1,200 to give to the Nicholas Children's Hospital. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
so,
my mom's house. My mom's the director of cardiology there.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah,
we had that conversation.
Yeah.
So like it's those little things. You know what I mean? It's we don't believe in taking credit for everything that we do. There's no need. The fact that you exist in the world, it's credit enough. So
well, my dad's got brain cancer and he's about to go, and I think this is the one thing that's going to make my mom retire finally. Because she pioneered neonatology as a specialty, and in the world, and we didn't think she'd ever retire. But this is just this is beating her up. She's tough Irish lady. But unfortunately, that's why I'll be down there. So we're just waiting. It's waiting because now the lesion behind the lesion grew. So,
hey guys, before we go any further, I'm going to share one more thing that I was going to do earlier, so I'll do it now. Puts us all to the side there. Good.
You like to see me cry today, don't you?
Roger that. No sound. That's great. Oh, that sucks. That no sound.
there you go.
All right.
They're building something else, the Freedom Tower.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've been up on the 80th floor a couple of times, 84th.
I'll get myself down their street one day.
It's a fascinating area, you know. It's very nice how they did it. But you can go down there and spend a whole day. There's eateries, there's shopping, there's the memorials. It was really done right.
Yeah. One of my greatest keepsakes. One of my greatest keepsakes is from Eric Espinosa Jr. He brought me back a challenge coin from there. So.
Yeah. There it is. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about homeschooling earlier, JB, and yeah, Gabriel's been doing the homeschool thing, and so he lives here Monday through Friday, and then he goes to see his mom on the weekends, and he's doing really well. It's hard, you know, doing these Zooms, sitting down with all these kids. I think it's harder on the teachers, to be honest with you, having to Zoom with all these kids and attempt to teach them. And I can see how the difference is, you know, the kids aren't being separated into groups to learn certain subjects. It's all in one shot. Yeah, I think it's super dumbed down.
Well, it depends on the school. Because my son's a knucklehead, and I don't even know how you get in trouble online.
Oh, they had a kid go get suspended with a water gun. Did you see that?
So,
Expelled because of a water gun.
Yeah, so my son, because he goes to well, both of them go to charter school, but they're smart because they're doing coding and all this stuff. They skip grades and all the whole 9 yards. And then so these kids created their own damn Discord, and they're on their own Discord in the background to class doing stuff or whatever like that, and they get caught up so much in the Discord, right? And the teacher's like, oh, well, your son's not paying attention. I'm like, oh, well, lady, I'm in bed. Like, text my wife. like so man, it's a challenge.
That's why my son does K-12. Or not K-12, he does FLVS, Florida Virtual Schooling, and I don't even have to deal with that. He takes the 4 basic classes, and he's got one teacher for every single class, and it's on his own time.
Yeah, my nieces were doing that. They actually it lasted 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, and now they're back in school because my brother and his fiance couldn't handle it. You know, when you're doing Florida virtual school for a young kid who's, you know, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, you're the teacher. When the kid has a question, they have to email the teacher. They're not there. You got to send them an email. You know, so they're asking. Not
for my son. No, for Florida Virtual, you can actually pick up the phone and call the teacher.
Right.
Or you don't have to necessarily email them. And they also have online classes where they can get 4 assignments done with the teacher and other students all in that 1 hour.
Yeah, but are you a hybrid?
No, he's been homeschooled since kindergarten.
No, I'm saying your school system, is it a hybrid in and out?
No,
where you have the option?
You can either the way they do it is he's completely homeschooled. He's not he's completely homeschooled through Florida Virtual Schooling.
The Florida Virtual School and what my son are doing are different. It's like you're saying, it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
You know, it feels to me like it is, but the teachers aren't, you know, they spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes on, you know, math, and then they take a 10-minute break where the kids can kind of stretch out, and then they go into science, and then take a 10-minute break after 30 minutes, and then they go in. She's expecting my son to write notes, and this kid's trying to write notes. A third grader.
Yeah, no.
He was writing his notes in crayons yesterday. And I'm like, Gabriel, you have a pen, and oh no, but she said it's okay. I'm like, Gabriel, tell me what it said. She just said you're going to take it tomorrow. Today, you're taking an open book quiz with all the notes that she's giving you, and you can't even read your notes. I can't even read your notes. She literally gave you the answers to the test, and she's like, the first one is this A,
Wait.
Bro, I'll bring out the book. You gotta see it.
Wait. I'm gonna have to back up real quick. So, Gabriel's like 6'1", and he's a third grader. Okay, my son that you just saw, he's a third grader. He's a third grader, and he doesn't play for the Miami Dolphins, sir.
That kid's in third grade now. Come on, yeah.
I don't know how to take that, man. It's like a compliment for my son, and you're making me feel bad about being, 2'3". So I'm 3 apples. I'm 3 apples. I'm like a Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
Yeah,
well, we have the hybrid. So my neighbor is a good friend of mine. His daughter, same age as my daughter, both 6 years, both entered first grade. They had we have the decision as parents to either send them full or keep them home full. So they've opted out and kept them home because they don't want to deal with the mask issue. Whereas I was like, get the F out, like go. You guys need to learn. In my opinion, as a parent, like this is a great opportunity, right? I've done the risk correlation. We're flat. I looked at the system that they have for keeping the threats low in the sense of biological threats of temperature and whatever, masks and stuff. But essentially, universal precaution. But essentially, my kids need to be in a world where they understand this is a perfect, and this is my opinion, in a perfect world right now, in a world where everything is so in your face, get it right away. Like the youth is so messed up, in my opinion, right? Because they don't know what it is to struggle. They get instant gratification. They get spoiled from us. This is a perfect opportunity where they have to struggle as human beings in an environment where struggling is needed. They're getting a lesson, to me, in my opinion, they can't get anywhere else, And really secondary to all of that is that, in New York, Ray, I mean, we pay we're Long Island, we're Nassau County, bro. We pay taxes like you wouldn't effing believe.
I know it.
Crazy. And I want, and they last year I taught my kids. I didn't get any benefits. There was no teachers around. They were doing that the Skype thing, but whatever the video. But for the most part, we paid those tax. We didn't get adjustments or anything.
Well, Gabriel's not doing homeschool as a. My reasoning wasn't necessarily COVID. Everyone in this house already had COVID except him that we know of, right? But it was more because I feel that the school system is going to end up shutting down again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was harder to transition from school to online. It was just a mess. So to avoid that, I figured, you know what? We've already had schools here locally shut down here in Orlando. We've had one right down the road shut down because of COVID. So I said, you know what? Just keep him home. Well, that way he's already used to it. So when the schools say, hey, we're shutting down, everyone goes back to online, he's already ahead of the game. He's been doing it.
Yes.
That's the only reason he's home. It's because I feel that it's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And we can avoid that drama here at home.
That's a reality. I mean, we all our parents are all speaking about that. When are they going to pull the trigger and send these kids home? Like they can do it for a myriad of reasons. They can do it for political reasons now. That's the craziness, is that the variables on how they do it doesn't have to be necessarily biological where it's actually needed. They could do it for political reasons, and we wouldn't know the difference because of unions. I mean, the layers are so crazy. But I didn't mean to laugh at you. I'm laughing because I've seen your struggle with making this show the way it is now, a very savvy technological platform now, especially being on it. I've seen your struggle, right?
Yes.
And then to see your story at 9/11 and see you actually part of some back then, what must have been the forefront of technology and fighting the front line of terrorists and criminals and shit. Like, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, you must have just dipped out of, like, unless you're still using Compact Presario, the same computers you used 20 years ago.
hey, Ray, I'm going to answer that.
Thank you,
sir. So, I have a degree in electronics and computer technology. One of the many degrees that I have. Right, I have a degree in technical management. Right, as well. But what happened is, technology is a daily upgrade. Right,
Mhm.
so. I actually here I pull this back real quick. So if you look at my desk, I don't know if I could. Let me see if let's see. I can't even figure out how to turn. See, look at that point in case. I can't even turn the camera around yet.
It's a daily
Press the-
upgrade. Remember that.
I just upgraded, but anyways, look at this. Look at this setup. Now, Bill, you tell me I didn't go above and beyond to get state-of-the-art equipment here.
Yeah, man.
Right? And when you see the first episode that I put out, you'll see how much work I put in. But the thing is that this is a technology is a journey that's daily, right? So right now, if you guys don't know, we have wallpaper TVs. We have 100-inch wallpaper TVs, right? And then on top of that, we have other stuff that's even far advanced. If you go watch Kanye West watching the basketball game, somebody brought it up at the cigar bar, and he had a wall that was just playing the game on it, and it wasn't a projection, which I've never seen, right? So technology, like right now, I have what is this, the Note 20, and they're already working on the Note 23. So we will never catch up. Right. And I just bought
What's a Note?
20. It's a Note 10.
No. I got a Note 20 because they decided to skip. They went from Note 9 to Note 10. Then they skipped because I don't know. They just wanted to act like they got so savvy. So they went to Note 20. So I have a Note 20 Ultra, right? Or whatever, that has a 6.9 screen and it's edge to edge, the whole 9 yards or whatever. And yet they still can't figure out a way to hook this phone up to a Rodecaster Pro. But yet we're sending people to Elon Musk is selling people to the moon. Joe Rogan has a desk that is worth like $800 billion that does like all type of futuristic shit every time he presses a goddamn button, but I can't get my podcast to work. So technology has changed.
Well, that's why I went old school with my podcast system. I went top of the line old school. Like I have Sennheisen, Sennheisen mic, Sennheisen ears, and I use a Behringer dashboard because I still believe in the
What year did those come out?
This is about 10 years old.
Oh, okay, because I thought it was like in the 80s, like 4 or 3 or something.
Well, I think my Sennheisen mic is probably late 1990s or early 2000s.
1900? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I meant to say 1900.
Listen, he's still.
I didn't know how to say that. I'm getting so old, like I don't even know how to reference my younger years.
Like Bill, you said you were talking about the, how far we've come on the show. It's been, and JB and I've had this conversation. We've talked many a night, amongst other people. I made so many phone calls trying to figure out, okay, I'm mobile. My whole setup has to be mobile. Mm-hmm. My office setup is the office setup, but I need to be mobile. So I need to be able to pick up all my stuff, pack it a certain way so that when I get to a shop to do the show, because most of our shows are at a brick and mortar, I need to get it to work there. So the real issue we've had is internet, which is still something I'm working on, but getting all this equipment to work with each other, multiple camera. I want multiple angles. I want to be able to show off the Humidor. I want to be able to interview someone properly. I want to be able to bring that all to the viewers, and not record, right? Everything is live. I don't do the editing thing. That's not.
Well, they do have it. They have it. They do package it too. It's a studio package.
Holy crap! It's hard. It was a
But-
process, and
but-
we're still growing. I'm still purchasing stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still
those
looking out
studio
there. It's like,
packages are knocked down.
Yeah.
Like I've looked at them. Like, and I'm gonna
we've
take
looked at 'em.
look.
You showed
Like,
it to me.
yeah. The studio packages, they're knocked down because what they do is, okay, they'll sell you a Rodecaster Pro, right? But they won't sell you the best mic to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They'll sell you a cheaper mic so that way they can
Yes,
make
you upsell.
yeah. Well, it's the ROI.
Right.
Right.
Return on investment, sure.
Yeah, so it's that ROI. They want that ROI. So, like for example, this right here is the pod mic, right? This is one of the best ones in the industry, right? When it came out, it was $99, and then as soon as people started figuring out, holy shit, this is better than that $1,000 mic they sell, everybody started buying it. So what they do, jack up the price. So then it went to $149. So I think now it's probably going to be at $199 because it's sold out. Everything that they dropped at $149 sold out, so I think it's gonna move up. But this is one of the best mics out right now. And then it has the in the Podcaster Pro, you can go in there and you could change the dynamic range. You could do a lot, so your voice sounds accurate. So like when you see me behind this mic, man, you're gonna think like I'm like Barry White. You know, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Iconic Smokers. You know, this is your hope. You know, it's different. It's different.
Again, it's a little heavy, but
Yeah. You should. Okay. So when we go to shops and
$3.99 for this beast.
when we go to shops and he pulls out that bag and we start to do setup, do you want to talk about a pain in
Not
the
a
butt?
bag. I don't have a bag. I have a suitcase.
It is. It's a suitcase.
I thought it was a
Literally.
purse, pink in color, but
No, that's mine.
Hers and Jessica's.
But mine's aside from the multi-camera view, mine's completely mobile. I have a production box, and it carries everything: my Behringer and my 3 mics, my 3 headsets, my splitter is in there, and then I could literally put my computer if I want to bring my computer in the side there. The only thing I have on the side is a big tripod if I need the tripod in the sense of a platform tripod, and then the camera tripod.
But what cameras are you running to get your multi angles?
I don't know. I'm just using I can use my phone or my Brio. I don't do
You
multi.
see?
Yeah, exactly.
You see? But he's talking to us about technology, and he's like, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying I don't utilize it. I don't have a need like you guys do. If you want to, I don't have a need to do the multi-viewing. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm content with I have the Brio.
Yeah.
You know, I have the Logitech Brio. I mean, there's nothing better than it. And this in this genre. Genre, there's nothing better than it for a pop-up camera, and you can take this camera anywhere, and you can put it on a tripod, and it works 3D, 1080p, 4K, and then essentially I have the 11 Max Pro, which is not a bad phone when it comes to the camera work, right, in tech side. So you just can't get multiple views like you want. But in multiple views, you got to have 2 tripods with those with those little canister ones with the cameras where they can move left and right or around. You have the other ones. They're expensive though.
Yeah, they are. I was going with me and JB talked about this because he uses the Canons, and you were going into the other camera, the one you really like.
I was going to use the. I'm actually looking at the it's the R, the EOS the 5R that just came out. But the only reason I was going with that is because I could use it for dual purpose. Because of 40 megapixels, like I could take a picture and it'd be stellar, and then I can go back to video mode, put it on 120 frames per second, slow it down, and you can see a drip of water, that I'm recording. So like for me, instead of I don't believe in the whole 2, 3, 4 camera system. I like one workhorse, and I go with that idea or whatever. Even when I do my show that we're trying to start now, I use the Canon 70D. But the coloration, the graphic, the post editing is a lot easier because of the color grading on Canon. I don't have to buy a filter kit. And to insert to change the dynamic, the coloration, the scales on and to just to show people what it looks like. So the one thing I do try to pride myself on is true to life color. So what you see is what you're actually going to see when you're here, you know. So that's a process in itself. But everybody has their thing. Like even with these mics, I made sure I got the best system available so you can hear crystal clear audio. You know.
Yep.
Of
Sound and visual or is it like if you don't. It makes or break at this stage of the game. Makes or breaks you because I still have the EOS M3. Like for a vlogging camera, you know, it's a great because you also have the flip side, right? The back side comes up and over, and you can actually see yourself. You can handle. I mean, it's got a great for a small compact, program like I would be doing. And I bought it for cigars, and then I didn't do cigars as a social media thing when I started with Care Viajante years ago. But I have it now for coffee, and we're going to do coffee. So, we're going to do Cupper's Corner and coffee talk. So,
So what are you recommending to grind those coffee beans?
Any grinder. Grinding is get a decent grade grinder. You want to you can pick them up anywhere. But essentially a grinder like Princess has is probably, I would recommend hers because she can set her grind, right?
Yeah,
I have a nice, Go ahead. Tell them about yours.
I have my grinder because I'm a coffee fanatic, and I actually have a coffee bar. My grinder can be set for fine, medium, or coarse. So you can set the grinder for fine, medium, or coarse. The nice thing about fine is when you set it for a fine, you can actually make an espresso with that coffee.
We're still talking about coffee, right?
Yes, exactly. We're still talking about coffee.
I keep hearing this word fine, and I'm looking at you, and then I'm thinking about Juan Nunez, and I'm going off on a tangent here. My apologies.
Listen, PJ is trying to stay PG for once.
Bullshit.
I do.
But no, it's I actually
We've had
like
this
that
conversation often.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm a big coffee guy, but I stick to I have the Cafe coffee here, the Honduran blend. It's here in the house. I drink.
It's really
that,
good. Cafe's
it
really
is.
good.
Really enjoy it.
Honduran coffee is like liquid gold.
Oh yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Ecuador, but that stuff's good.
Bro,
and then my Cafe Bustelo every day.
What are you smoking, JB?
The tobacco special, but that foot smoke is just like
climbing.
Ridiculous. Yeah, that Montesino, brother. See, this is why I didn't want to give out my trade secret.
Mm-hmm.
That's one hell of a cigar, man. I still got a box. I think I at least have half a box of each or whatever. But for those who haven't smoked it yet, that's the one that is actually made by Fuente. And a lot of people don't know that it's one of those cigars that you're gonna get. The size is just perfect, and then the feeling you get off that cigar is almost second to none. Besides some of his other ones that he makes or whatever like that, and I think that's what I like about all these cigar brands is that they don't bring the same thing to the table. Everyone has its own flavor profile that is different from the other, which is absolutely amazing. So another cigar I would recommend if you guys haven't tried, besides all of Caffey's stuff. When I went to his house, he did like this blind tasting with me, Juan, and Daniel. And then he's like, hey, I want you to try this. This is a Cuban. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And then I want you to smoke this. This is one of mine.
I don't know who Daniel is. I know Chino.
Yeah, Chino, Daniel. Same thing, brother. It just depends on the time of the day.
But was that cigar you talking about, the blind cigar? Was that a puro? Was that a puro Honduran puro?
No. Actually, what he gave me was. Am I allowed to talk about it?
I wouldn't if you had to question it because Gabby doesn't. You got to respect Gabby.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But it was put it like this: it rivals
Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
One
talk
of
about
the-
how good this cigar was. Don't talk about what it was.
Yeah,
Talk about how
no,
good
no,
it
no.
was.
I'm saying that's what I'm talking. It rivals one of the cigars that's most sought after in one of the countries that
Don't deal with it.
we pride ourselves on in the tobacco industry. How about that?
Mm.
So he didn't give that cigar a run for its money. He walked over it.
Wow.
So
That's Gabby, though. He's a
Yeah.
perfectionist. When you're dealing with a perfectionist, you expect perfection.
So I kudos to him. I look, and I'm gonna tell you, I smoke cafe all the time. I go to different shops like Xavier and I buy his cigars. But I gotta start changing this habit. But when I smoke his cigar, or when I'm going to smoke his cigars, I always forget to take a picture because it's all about the cigar.
Me
Mhm.
too. That's why I
Right?
don't post a lot of cigar pictures. I smoke
Yeah.
them, enjoying them, and I forget to
Yeah,
post.
so I forget to take the damn picture and to give him his kudos because bro, he has made a significant difference to the industry, and then being the fact that what he does and how he takes care of his company and how he takes care of all of those different families, and he speaks on it on a regular basis, but he is a community man, and dude, that guy deserves honors and recognition beyond because he does a lot, and and he's not boisterous about it. He just does, and that's one amazing thing about Cafe that I truly enjoy. You know what I mean? And yeah, super humble, and being able to, sit down with him at any time, right, makes you want to do better in your own life each and every time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, G, I haven't heard you talk in like 45 minutes. What's up with you, brother?
Shai's just taking it all in. Unmute yourself, brother. I don't know if I can. There you go.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I was muted.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how much goes into the podcasts. I'm still getting over that, not to mention the coffee and the cigars.
Yeah, a lot.
And I went for another smoke, and I realized my humidor is empty, so I failed as a cigar enthusiast. I was up all night chain smoking, so I got nothing.
So yeah. So what are some of the packs that you guys picked up or you're thinking about picking up this week? What piqued your interest to say, hey, you know what, I want to try this week or this month?
I'm not doing what I'm interested in trying. I am doing what I'm going for, treating myself and what I like, right? Regardless of hype and peeling out all this stuff of the industry, I like these flatheads. You know what I'm saying? The 660. So I'm going with two boxes. I already bought Florida Sungrown coming in. I just bought 3 packs of the cigar prop thing. So I'm going with 2 things that I like and I know I'm going to enjoy because I've been doing tasters, I want to give myself just a consistency right now because it's just a way of, cigars are funny because it's like a way of life in this sense, because what I have coming up in the next weeks and the early months is I need consistency. I need a balance of consistency for me. And smoking is part of my daily ritual. So I want to be able to go in, get out. I don't want any confusion. I don't want any thought process because like most of us who are cigar geeks in our own way, we get a cigar that has complexities to it. We're distracted by it, literally. When we're not even thinking about it, we're thinking about it. So I want consistency, no thought. So normally the way I do that is, and I've learned that with Rocky Patel 1990 vintage box press.
Yeah.
Because I was in Miami back when I tasted it in the beginning, back in the early 90s to early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, and I know people have their thing about Rocky Patel and I don't care. Like, people, because of new age people and other things and the advanced nature of our culture, I don't care. That cigar, and even though I've been smoking since I was 19, because my grandfather used to smoke the Donables, he's from Sicily, used to smoke the Donables dipped in anisette. So I've been smoking forever. I was the only child out of the grandkids and the children to smoke cigars the way I do. But I fell in love with cigars with Rocky Patel's 1990 vintage. I can honestly say that was a day I fell in love with cigars as a culture. And since then, and that's going way back to the early 2000s, late 90s. So since then, I have had this propensity to know that whenever I'm confused about what I grab for my humidors and all this stuff, I know I can grab a 1990 vintage, and I know when I smoke that thing, regardless if it's psychosomatic and the blend's changed over the years in a sense of the way whatever, I don't care. Like, it's a no-brainer for me, and I'm enjoying it. So I need that right now for the next, because I'm building this new company, rebranding it. So I need that. So in short, I'm doing the Flathead 660. I'm doing the AJ Fernandez New World.
So I've actually gone back to the Onyx, the original Onyx, before they brought out this Bold or whatever like that. So I have
funny you said that.
So
God.
Yeah, so I have that cigar that I'm smoking now. I mean, I have a variety of cigars from everywhere. Obviously, when you came over, Ray,
I was
like
gonna say variety. You have a freaking warehouse in your house.
No, there's a warehouse down the street, but yeah,
but you have a warehouse in the house.
Well, you don't want to see when I get the 4,000 count that I'm waiting on.
Can I have your old stuff?
No.
So
the humidor?
Yeah. It's the Reagan.
Oh yeah, no, the Reagan's the best. How much you pay for it? You don't want me asking.
Yeah, I'm paying retail.
Why? I said that to Ray too, Ray. I don't know. I sent it to you guys. I gave you the list. It's 50% off with me. Like, and I'm not charging you guys. I did it just because I'm a corporation and I could do it.
I have the same wholesaler.
In Florida, you could go pick it up in Fort Lauderdale.
Sir, I am paying retail.
Why?
I have the same. So, Bill, I didn't know. I have the same retailer. I mean, that's a lot of the stuff from my website, and I didn't think to go on there and purchase freaking cabinets, which is what's coming.
$3,000. Hey, JB, $3,000.
Princess J.
Yes,
did you hear what I said? Did you pick up on it?
I did.
Okay, so I am paying retail, sir. Okay,
that's $6,000.
Let's leave it at that.
I don't get where you're going. You either paid $6,000 retail or you paid $3,000 wholesale.
Bill, you know what? Do I have
unless
to
you're in New York? Unless you're from New York and it fell off the back of the truck,
Bill,
right?
Bill, let me help you out, Bill. Watch me. Bill, I am paying retail.
Oh, okay, I'm a liberal person. I'm sorry. I get it now.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So me and Joe Watts, JB, were visiting some shops this past week, and we found the Onyx. So I mean, we bought them all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Let me tell you, that cigar right there. I don't care what time of day it is. It could be 3 a.m. It could be 3. It could be 6 a.m. That's one of those cigars that is absolutely amazing, and especially if it was aged properly and you can find it in the original box. Yep. And then it still has a seal, or not even a seal, but just like all the cigars are in the cellophane, and that's one amazing cigar. A good friend of mine's, as he was moving away from Miami, not that he left the industry or anything, he actually went to a bigger company in the industry, but he gave me that cigar, that box as a parting gift, as a thank you for, I guess, our for the friendship. And bro, let me tell you, man, it's one of the most well-rounded cigars that I've had in a while. But in that sense too, I'm still trying new stuff. I just picked up the Creme Brulee Blue.
Yeah.
I just picked up the Shut the F Up or whatever by Steve
Saka.
STFU.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be trying that out coming soon. I'm not doing it for the $1,000, but that would be nice. Maybe I could go spend that on another humidor. But But no, I'm doing it so I can see, man, because Saka is smart, bro. He tells you that everything's there's 3 blends in this pack, and you're gonna have to figure them out yourself, and then come the date, he's gonna be like, nope, they're all the same. Sorry, buddy, I just removed the sweet tip off of one.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
I just gotta take my medicine. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah. See, for me, like I have literally fallen in love with this cigar, the K by Karen Maduro.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! It is.
Have you tried her Figurado?
I tried every single one of.
Okay, so you know that little brown Figurado.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. When you get a chance, clean palate, sit down. I would say preferably in the afternoon, after lunch or whatever. Have that cigar, and you'll see it in a whole different light.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see it in a whole different light. Like Smoking Daddy, which is the closest shop to me here, they can't even keep it in stock because the Iconic smokers buy them out every time they come in.
Oh wow.
So, and then at one point it got on back order, then it became available again. Why do I keep talking about cigars? I like, God dang. All right. Never mind.
So that everybody else can take them.
So the cigars, I'm right now on a kick. I've been every shop I go to, Princess, you know this, I buy a lot of cigars, right? I mix it up. So right now I'm rebuilding my collection. I lost a lot of my collection, and then we're going to call an accident. So I'm building the walk-in humidor upstairs. So I'm starting to rebuild my box collection. So I'm not just purchasing cigars that I'm used to smoking, like my go-tos that I've been smoking for years. I'm picking up a lot of the newer cigars that are on the market to enjoy, to smoke. So like recently I ordered every cigar in the Eddie Tarazona line.
Nice.
Right? Eddie and I are friends, and I haven't tried all his cigars, and it was hard. There's not a lot of shops that here in the Orlando area near me that have them. So Cigar Basement in Tampa carries the entire line. So I ordered the entire line, every box that he had. I was like, I want 1 box of each, and that's going to start my, the walk-in humidor collection. And then I keep up with, obviously, like all of us do, because we're cigar geeks, keep up with everything that's coming out new, that's come out the last year, and started purchasing those boxes so that I can have them on, when you come over, JB, I want to make sure that Casa Cigar Enthusiast is ready for Iconic.
Oh, yeah.
But recently, the Vega Fina, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
The Puro.
Yeah.
That, and then the Black Label.
What did you think about that Vega Fina?
You like that Vega Fina?
No, I'm saying, what do you think about it
right now, brother? I don't know what just happened.
What do you think about it?
Can you hear him? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You hear him?
Yeah, I hear him fine.
Yeah, everybody.
Here right now.
He needs his Zoom changed. I don't know how to change it. The name.
All right.
He has to know we're here.
Hold on.
No. It's the Zoom thing, because he has to change the name on Zoom for his son. Otherwise, it's going to come up as Ray Cigar Enthusiast.
Oh my gosh.
So he has to go change the name of it.
No bueno.
So that cigar is great in itself. So I mean, it's definitely one of the ones that you have to add to your list. There's so many cigars out there, man, that you just have to add to your list, and you have to give it a try, whatever. The problem with me is what I'll do is I try to buy 2 of each of the cigars, or whatever, and then that way I'll smoke it when it first comes out. I'll let the other one rest for like a month or 2 or whatever like that, just in case. I'll smoke it again, so that way I can't say that that I didn't that cigar didn't fit my palate. I'm not gonna say I didn't like a cigar. The cigar didn't fit my palate, right? So then once I figure out it does, then I go back and I buy a box, and then I rest the box, and then I just take 1 or as needed out of the box or whatever, and that's how I've amassed this collection of mine.
I do the exact same thing. So what I'll do is I'll go and I actually buy 2 like you do, and then I'll smoke one now, and then I'll put the other one aside. And let's say that it didn't fit my palate that day. I give it a little while. I try it again. If the second time it didn't fit my palate, I'll go buy it again. And I'll wait a little bit. And I'll really pay attention to what I'm eating and drinking. And then I'll have it that third time. And I kid you not, every time I have it that third time, I'm like, ooh, this is a really good cigar. So a lot of people don't understand that it really is based off of your mood, your food, your drinks, all of that.
Yeah, it's definitely a process. Like, you know, and growing your palate, I think is the key to this industry. And I think people who just smoke the same thing every day, nothing wrong with that or whatever, but you kind of do yourself a disservice in a sense.
Yeah.
You have to try other cigars. I'm not saying don't smoke your regular cigar on your daily basis. What I'm saying is add one to that, you know. So if you know that at 8 o'clock every day you smoke the same cigar every day religiously 7 days a week or whatever, then you know what, at 5 o'clock try something new, you know. And then if it doesn't work, it still gives you opportunity. You smoke the cigar, you could do your reset, you could use bitter chocolate, you could use lime, whatever it is that you do in your process to reset your palate. And then, because you already know what that other cigar smokes like, so it's not like you're going to lose in a sense. So like, but if you're not trying different sizes, different, like, because you know, I remember when I came into the industry and the area that I used to visit and smoke from, those guys were, oh yeah, bro, you have to have this 6x60, you know, bro, it's not a cigar unless it's a 6x60. And then I did that initially, maybe a few times or whatever, and then I started moving around. I got into the Robustos, which I became a fanatic of. But those, let me tell you, Lanceros, if you want to know the flavor profile of a cigar, man, if they don't find a Lancero.
Oh, hell yes.
And take your time.
Oh, yeah. And those are my favorite.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they're like, oh, that cigar is too skinny for me. Well,
that's where the flavor's at, man. I agree.
Yeah, if you smoke a Lancero, it's the exact same cigar by the exact same maker. Like I tell people, like, okay, even if you don't like strong cigars, even if you don't smoke the La Bamba by like Espinosa, which is one of my favorite cigars, which is full body, like powerhouse or whatever. I think that's one of the only few cigars. I don't care what time of day it is. You hand it to me, I'm smoking it now. It may put me on my ass at 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm gonna still smoke it because that's my cigar. You know what I mean? But if you smoke a cigar, like I'll give you a perfect example. Here, this is one of my little Cary humidors. I don't show this one too much. Oh wow, and I'm dropping cigars.
I think I've seen it when you first got it.
Yeah, but I don't show it off too much. This is so it's wooden case.
Hoge cigar is great, huh?
Yeah.
What great construction.
So it doesn't have a middle strap. It's not meant to be shown like this. And me as an idiot, look, I'm holding the one in the strap versus holding the ones without. So,
Bill, watch what I post later on. It's gonna be funny.
Oh my god, this is great.
So this little thing here is where I keep like different Drew estates, right? So like you have Dogma, you got the Diplomat series and all that, but then every once in a while I get lucky and the Drew Estate gods of the world, the Enfants, the Joe Groves, the Josh, the Jacks of the world, they send me something spectacular, something that people haven't seen. Like for example, right? Check this out. This is Undercrown. Look at the length. Look at the size.
Holy cow.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
So a lot of people are like, how'd you get that? Or where'd that come from? You know what I mean? Like, so I try to find as much as I can the Herrera Esteli Lancero. Look at that.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, you guys know I'm a huge Lancero fan, so my
The brother
collection.
of the leaf, Lancero.
Yep.
So I'm smoking the tobacco special, and then I think this was like a Robusto or I don't remember when I started it. What was it? This is a 5x54, right? But then I have Lancero.
You have
I
it in
like
a Lancero?
Yeah.
He's iconic, man.
So, it's being able to smoke these particular cigars that you are in love with in a size that just gives it meaning, makes the biggest difference in the world. But and let me tell you, like everybody, like when I first utilized the name Iconic, I caught I went to some big names in the game. I put it like that to ask them, and then like one of the questions I got, I'm not gonna mention any names because I was asking them for their honest opinion, and then they were like, "Why would you name your group Iconic or whatever?" You know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? Right? Like, Iconic is usually reserved. That word is usually reserved for like the Michael Jordans of the world, the this, the that, or whatever. And I'm like, and then I told them, and I said, "Hey, listen." I said, the reason I'm naming it Iconic is because every single person that takes the time out of the day to spend 5 seconds with me is iconic in my book, right? Every person that lights a cigar with me in a group chat or even this, like you guys, you're iconic because what happened is, like, I was sulking by myself thinking about 9/11, and I just happened to click a button, and here comes Ray with that nice, beautiful, sexy bald head talking about 9/11.
Don't forget the beard, please.
What beard?
Fuck you.
All I see is gray hair, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's smoke. That's smoke, man. That's what this
Oh,
beard
so
was
that's
made.
smoke?
Don't forget.
So the beard doesn't exist because it's all smoke.
It's all smoke, bro.
Smoke and mirrors.
But everyone says, right? What how did I grow this beard? Scotch, whiskey, cigars. That's what created this beauty.
Hey, no, man. I mean, listen. I watched your you all last week, and then with the whole Brokeback Mountain scenario that you guys are doing, touching the beards together and stuff like that. It was cute, bro. Let me tell you, it was cute, brother.
How you doing? How you doing?
I love it. I love it. Get him, baby. Get him.
Listen, it was funny because, Joe Watt, the grunt, he stayed here at the house for 4 days, and he was in the spare bedroom, the guest bedroom in the back of the house. So I wake up. It don't matter. We were going to sleep at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Cooking breakfast, making coffee, and then he's still in bed. It's come 10 o'clock. So I was like, you know what? Let's wake this guy up. So I stood outside the door and I started singing Cadence.
Oh God!
I started singing Cadence outside the door. So it started off with, well, I won't do it right now, but I started singing Cadence. It was hysterical. So then I pound on the door, right, as I'm singing Cadence. And Cadence, count, Cadence, go, Cadence, count. 1, get up, Joe. 2, time to eat breakfast. 3, let's light a cigar. 4, maybe a shot of whiskey. 5, and I just kept going on, making shit up as I went. So I opened the door, and he's staring at me with, like, barely his eyes are open. He's just opening them up. He's like, fuck, just like, we just went to sleep. So I jumped in bed, and I was like, get up. I got breakfast cooking, bacon's cooking, got the eggs going, got potatoes. I mean, I went all out, made all great breakfast. I had steaks on the grill. We had steak and eggs. And so I jumped in bed with him, and I'm like, I just took that picture.
Hey, wait, why didn't I get that?
Listen, I'll let you take that up with Joe. And Jessica would have castrated me.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Yeah, so it was hysterical, man.
So
and then
the
when
golden balls on the mantle ain't yours?
What's up?
The golden balls on the mantle that you show ain't yours? Thought you did that already.
Only one.
Only one.
But when I posted it and he saw it, we're eating lunch and he's like, I can't believe you posted that, Ray. can't believe you posted. And no one's commenting about us really. They were commenting on how hairy Joe was. They're like, oh my God, he's wearing, a sweater in bed, and he's, hairy nipples, and it was hysterical. It was just funny.
Oh shit.
I since then have taken it off the internet.
That's still there.
When I looked at it, I was like, "Hey, 2020, how you doing?"
But let me.
No one can escape it.
So for all the people watching, just in case, let me clear it up. Right. So I consider Ray my brother, right? And the literal sense, So like, if I do have the ability to bust his balls, just like he has the ability to bust my balls, but in no way will I ever let somebody else disrespect him. Now I may talk some shit, but understand that I will fight you for my brother Ray. So just to make that clear.
And now you know why he's my ride or die, and I'm his ride or die.
No, that's because you carry guns. And you
that's true. That's true. I do, don't I?
Pink guns.
We all carry guns. Big guns.
Pink ones.
Yeah, I have one pink one. The rest of them, nah.
It is pretty though. The pink.
You see the bottom of? You see this cup? Look at this. This is what my son bought me for my birthday a couple years ago. Get shit done.
It's awesome on so many levels. That is awesome on so many levels.
When I worked at the hospital, Bill, I was managing a lab, and I would go to our meetings holding this cup, right? And people would get offended. So like, oh, I can't believe you came in here with that cup. So I'd take a sip. And I'm like, whatever.
I'm like saying it all without having to speak a word.
Yep.
But he also used to do other things that we won't mention that were pretty like, oh my God, you did not do that.
Yeah. I walked with, no smoking and all that. I walked around the whole hospital with the cigar in my pocket, and I would pull it out just to hold it, not lit, just hold it in my mouth. And then I had my staff put a chair outside between human resources and where the building was, so that I can lean up against the wall and smoke my cigars during lunch. I'd take meetings outside. I'd be with my laptop sitting outside smoking my cigar. I no longer work in the hospitals.
Nor do I, thank God.
Needless to say.
Yes.
Oh my God. I miss the politics of the hospital.
It's all good.
Exactly.
Thanks for today, guys.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Miss it for the world.
I think we all needed this just as much as you did. And thanks for letting me cry. But
So when I left, something happened where my power went out. I have speakers connected, so all the power had gone out over here for some reason. And then my son coincidentally came out because he's on Zoom using my Zoom with his teachers, and across, the bottom where our names are, his name says cigar enthusiast with a whole bunch of third graders.
Oh my gosh. You could read.
So, he came out. He's like, he ran to the door. He's like, Dad, I got to change the name. I'm like, what's wrong with the name? And then Jessica comes out and goes, it says cigar enthusiast. Teacher's like freaking out. Got to go over there and change that.
Well, you know what? At least you contact your teachers with a professional email, not sweet Keisha's ass at yahoo.com and stuff. So I don't think you're that bad.
oh
I love it. Damn.
oh, shit.
That'd be funny. Sweet Jessica's ass. At Hotmail.
Yeah, right.
No. We'd have to start at hotyoga.com.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who's always posting on Instagram and Facebook. She does yoga, and she's been posting on that hot yoga thing. I was like, holy cow. I didn't understand what that was until now. It's hot.
Yeah, I actually do hot yoga. It's called Bikram yoga. It's a 120-degree room, and you get in there and you do the same 26 poses. And let me tell you, you want to talk about kicking your ass?
I just do hot Florida. I step outside the house, light a cigar, start sweating, and then I jump in the pool, which is
like 10 feet away from you.
Right there, right? Jump in the pool, cool off, come back out here, smoke a cigar.
So we got the same routine.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Well-
there's no. That's the most exercise I get. Well, riding the bike. I ride the bike with the kid and Jess and I. But
So I'm gonna jump off of this. I thank you guys for your time. I have to get ready to go take this another state exam to get certified at something else. You know, I always got to learn, right? So,
Roger, thanks for coming on, brother. Appreciate
you. I will check you guys out later. You know, I hope you guys do well. Princess J, I know those kisses weren't for me; they're for Juan Nunez. So I'm gonna push him forward.
I should have sent him a link.
Forward the kisses, okay? Mwah, 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 mwah.
I'm gonna push her forward. Now, if you catch a picture of me kissing Juan, it's because of you. 'Cause,
Tell him that's just from me.
and word of advice to all the Facebook fanatics and YouTube or whatever: do not fall asleep in Miami, Florida, or Broward County around the iconic smokers, because you will be got.
Owned.
No. They'll own the rights to the pictures. They just won't be able to take them down.
Yep.
All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.
Take care.
Later, brother. Peace out. All right, guys. On that note, let's call it quits. Shy, thanks for coming on with us today, man, and talking about your experiences during 9/11. Bill, I love you, brother.
Love you, bro.
Thanks for coming on. So I'm gonna log you guys out. Thanks again, bro, and I'll talk to you soon, Bill. I'm looking forward to that coffee, man.
Yeah, man, it's coming.
We'll talk about that soon.
Word.
Yeah.
All right,
Later.
thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Princess J,
Yes, sir.
thanks for coming on.
No, thank you. I needed it just as much as you did.
I'll talk to you later on, all right?
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Cigar enthusiasts, iconic smokers, iconic enthusiasts. I wanted to say thank you for today. It started off, as it always does, heart-wrenching for me, emotional, and versus or instead of isolating and shutting down like I normally do, I used our platform, to come on here, share my experiences with you, some of them anyway, and vent, let it out, you know. And thanks to our friendships that we had, Bill, Shy, Princess J, Jerome Berry from Iconic Smokers coming on with us, because being able to talk and herf, right? This is what we do. This is why we smoke cigars. It's to unite with each other, to be able to have that brotherhood and that sisterhood, and not be judged, and be there for each other. And it's why I do what I do. It's why I love this industry. So thank you to all of you, all the people that watched, everyone that commented. What it means to me is I really can't explain with words. So big thank you. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of us. And as always, stay classy, stay smoky. And if you guys need anything, you guys need to talk, want to vent, I'm just a click away. Just a click away. All right? Don't isolate. Don't hold it all in. We feel like it's the right thing to do. But shutting down and doing that just hurts us, you know? Just hurts. So, again, stay classy, stay smoky. See you next time. Thank you.